line, and on the first down throw, goes down the middle, and it's a touchdown for Ryland Rodalonis. 13-0 lead on the board in the first quarter. Jackson again looking for fish, and this time the pass is on the money. St. John's Prep.
Wow.
This was good! And intercepted by Anthony Caruso. And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Four-man rush. Throws across the body, looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. And look out. Inside the 10, the 5, touchdown Exeter. Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off in the flat. It's Lynch. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good! Got a first down and then some. He's got a burst to the right side. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. It's the Bolin. Great cut. He's going to turn on the Jets. Morrison again through the hole. Look out. On his first carry tonight, the junior Brooks Connors is gone.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Plymouth. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. It's the Trinity Pioneers and the Plymouth Bobcats. Week number 3, two D2 teams with the same goal, and that is to play into late November and a chance at a championship. Both teams looking very good 2 weeks in. Trinity, 2-0. Home wins over Hanover and Kingswood, putting up nearly 38 per contest under the leadership of senior quarterback Ollie Service. Plymouth, business as usual. Couple road victories for Coach Sanborn. A win at Milford 49-0, and then a 50-18 victory over Kennett. Steve, the numbers speak for themselves. These two teams are explosive.
Well, let's take a quick look at Division II, what it was 4 years ago versus what it is right now. You got West High School roaring right now. You got Trinity roaring. You got Sauhegan roaring. You got Pelham roaring, and you got Plymouth roaring. And if I miss someone, I mean, Bow's a good, very, very good football team. And if I missed anybody else, I apologize for that, but tell me, and I'll throw that in too. This Division II is really shaping up to be a league to watch, and the quality of football is there, Nick. I expect that today. Really excited about this matchup. I have memories myself of coming up here years ago, back 2012, 2013, and Plymouth is just this place. When you walk in here, you feel that tradition and that history. The fans here are rabid. They know their football team. This community is very connected to their football program. Coach Sanborn has taken on where Chuck Lenahan left off and just keeps on running. This thing's a locomotive up here, but Trinity playing some very high-level football. We got a good one today.
Yes, sir. And you couldn't have described it any better. The atmosphere up here, especially at this time on the calendar, a lot of foliage, gorgeous mountain backdrop. And as you mentioned, folks, just finding seats wherever they can here, mixing in more folks on the grass, perhaps.
It's a beautiful
than
thing.
Up here in the stands. So not a bad seat in the house. These two teams are very, very good again in 2025. Yep. Some familiar names, Steve. Glancing at the Plymouth roster, at least. Yep. How about Ben Valenti?
Yes.
The captain back, one of the co-captains, 6-foot senior, and one of the more fearsome running backs in all of Division II.
They just breed running backs and offensive linemen up here. It's in the water, Nick. It's in the culture. It's in the DNA. Call it what you want. This is about running football at its best. We talked about them last night with the two teams we cover. You want to see a fun game to watch, tune into the game we did last. It's on our YouTube channel. And then we got this game today. We're seeing some high-level running. I said before, Pinkerton and last night just got and Salem got runners through the line of scrimmage with incredible speed, but the Bobcats are a model across the whole state, going all the way back to Chuck Lenahan's many, many decades of football. These guys get through the line of scrimmage, and when you say you go home at the dinner table and said, Coach made me a starting guard today, you're as excited as being a running back, Nick.
And, of course, on the other side, a player to watch, the aforementioned Ollie Service. His older brother, Jack, came through the program a few years back. But 2 weeks in, Steve, leads all of Division II in both rushing and passing, a pure dual threat.
I was watching him pregame, Nick. Dual threat is he is absolutely a dual threat. He's also from my understanding, a very coachable guy. Had that real benefit of having an older brother play in the same program, under the same system, under Rob Cathcart, who just year in, year out gets this team rolling, and done a great job with the program. The coaching staff, they're a very tight-knit football program, and it all starts, to your point, with Ollie Service. And he's a right-hander right now. His brother, Jack, was a left-hander. It was discussed on Gridiron the other night. But it isn't just him. The offensive line is solid. Their defense swarms. They've got some speed. And Coach Cathcart, a defensively oriented type guy. He knows both sides of football, make no mistake about it. Really squeezes all of the juice out of the lemon, Nick, with his players every single year.
Another gorgeous day, as we talked about. Temperature about 63 degrees with a breeze of about 10 miles an hour blowing right to left from our vantage point. Coming up, starting lineups, national anthem, opening coin toss, and then opening kick at the top of the hour. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance, and it's coming up next on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, there it is, the national anthem performed live here at Zalias Field by the Plymouth High School Marching Band, doing a great job to set the tone for this Week 3 battle. 2 unbeaten teams here in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. We're presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Trinity 2-0. They're on the far sideline in their road white uniforms. Plymouth on the near side in their home navy. Steve, quickly, things to watch for both ways.
Ball security, number one. You got a running game where there's going to be very limited, Nick, amounts of opportunity. You got to figure these are going to average, hopefully, for both teams, 5 to 6 to 7 minute drives. So you're going to get limited amount of possessions. It's not going to be a pinball machine back and forth. So ball security is going to be really critical, not to give up the ball in any of those limited possessions you're going to get. Number 2, special teams. It's going to be a windy day today. The ball's going to be flying around. It's going to be hard to getting down there and trying to cause a fumble or trying to get the ball on a kickoff. Again, special teams is going to be a big factor when you have two teams pretty evenly matched. And I believe that for Trinity, they need to score first, because when you give the Plymouth Bobcats an opening lead, it's very often the game's already over with the majority of teams they play.
So this Trinity their defense about to be tested right away here on the road.
Yep.
As the Pioneers are set to kick from right to left. 2 men are back deep for Plymouth, both inside the 9-yard line. Kick off the right foot of Alex Garon, the senior. It's fielded. Along the near side comes Brody Rosu, one of the junior return men. He's across the 30, across the 35, up to the 36-yard line. A good finish to that return and good starting field position for the Bobcats. Again, no problem with 2 road wins through the first 2 weeks of the season. A 49-0 win over the Spartans down in Milford, and then a win over Kennett by another big margin, 50-18. Trinity has put up some points as well. 33-10 the victory at home over Hanover, and then 42 points in a victory over Kingswood, 42-14 the final there. So we're expecting a big OU today, so to speak. Trinity going to blitz, the run, it's Valenti up the middle, and the senior going to grind his way up to the 45-yard line, goes for 9 yards in the end.
You got to be really good, Nick, when you're in a situation where the defense knows exactly what you're doing every single time and known it for decades with the Bobcats, but their execution is so good and their deception, many plays built with deception into it, that they're just able to get through, and that's a good start for Plymouth right there. Every offensive coordinator loves 2nd and 1.
Playbook wide open for Coach Sanborn. A lot of chatter from both sidelines here. It's like a 4-man front for Trinity, but potential blitz. Left side run, Valenti hitting the hole, but again going to work his way up to about the 48-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, nice gang tackling there by the Trinity internal front 7 there. Good job, getting separation from those offensive linemen. But even with that, Valenti's able to get the first down, Nick. He's so strong. You can see he carried 2 guys, and then when they took him 4 to bring him down, he's he's as advertised, as they say. He's solid.
Trinity loading the box there, expecting the run, and
no problem with the conditioning program up here in Plymouth.
Going to do the same thing here. Looks like 8, maybe 9, or even 10 in the box. Quick hitter, and it's the power back, Rousseau. Across midfield down to the Trinity 45-yard line on a 7-yard gain. So again, we see it go between the tackles for big yardage. 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Offensive line getting off the ball extremely well there. They were into the bellies of the Trinity defensive line very, very quickly. Their technique is fantastic. Every one of them are in fabulous shape. They're probably averaging around 210, 219, 230 maybe, but these guys are strong.
Fullback, Valenti runs a man over and leans down inside the 35 to the 34. Another Plymouth first down. 8 more there for Valenti.
Yeah, watch the right guard here on replay. Cullen McNair to do, he did what he had to do. A lot of it is getting in the way, making sure you get that proper angle. You watch 51 Pole, see him turn that in, and then number 23 can do the damage from there. Ben Valente, nice block by Cullen McNair.
Taken down by Malleth, the junior defensive back. 1st and 10, up the middle. Rousseau dragged down at about the 26-yard line. And again, another big first down carry, Steve. That goes for 8.
Nice. 8 yards. Logan Libby, he's a captain. He's the center. Watch him clean out that hole. He does a kick-out block to his right. Then they go out and get the backer, tie the backer up with the right guard, and then you've got yourself the makings of a good run right there. That's nice work. This is Plymouth Bobcat football that we're seeing right here against a very good defense.
Dominic Detone given credit for the tackle. 2nd down and 1. Another run play. Valenti right side, sandwiched at about the 15 and driven down at the 14-yard line, wrapped up by Mason Fay. But again, the Bobcats move the sticks, and Plymouth is inside the red zone here on the opening drive.
You're going to see it right here. Double pull. Cullen McNair again, and Cam Magoon in on the action, number 54. They create that space, and then Ben hugs behind them between their two hips, sets of hips, and he drives through. This is a very, very solid drive by the Bobcats. Very difficult to stop, Nick.
Valenti's been the workhorse so far. 31 yards on 4 carries. Will they go to him again? No. This time it's around the corner. New ball carrier, Cooper Legacy, is going to tumble into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well,
Cooper Legacy, 6'2", 190. Comes in to finish off what was an impressive opening drive for Plymouth. 6-0 Bobcats.
What does Coach what did Coach Sanborn do there? Lines this play up. This is designed about 5 or 6 plays ahead of time. He's forcing the backers to step inside. What does he do? He does a reverse pivot, kind of a semi-counter on the way back, and there was nobody there. He got a full head of steam and then carried one of the players in.
Meanwhile, the extra point try goes amiss. Caven Sanborn, the quarterback, had to field the snap off the bounce, and the play was doomed to fail from there. So the extra point try is no good, but Plymouth sets the tone on their home field in their home opener on the game's first drive with that touchdown.
Yeah, these are costly points to lose. We saw it last night, Nick. I believe the Salem Blue Devils lost 2 points last night from missed field goals, if I'm not mistaken. I know you
5
had
points. 2 extra points and a field goal.
Oh, no, I'm not talking field. I'm just saying extra points. Yes.
Salem missed 2, yes.
Yeah, so if you add that in, there's 5 points they lost, and that was critical in that game.
So that drive, Steve, goes 64 yards. That drive goes 64 yards in 3 minutes and 50 seconds, all on the ground, and capped off again by Cooper Legacy with a 14-yard touchdown run.
Yep. Yeah, Cooper did a great job there.
So Plymouth set to set the tone. They do that, and now the defense will hope for a stop. Trinity looking forward to bringing their offense onto the field for the first time. 2 men back are deep, including the quarterback, Ollie Service, one of the return men, creeping at about the 14-yard line. This one is a squib kick to the front line and fielded on the slide successfully by Trinity's Alex Garand, who ironically is the opposing kicker. So showing the sure hands there, and Trinity going to cash in on good opening field position. Hope to anyway, with the ball at the 47-yard line of the Pioneers near midfield. 1st and 10 coming up.
Well, really important here to respond quickly. That was a little bit of a moral victory there, getting that with a fumbled snap. You come off the field, say, hey, it's not a full 7. They have an opportunity, great field position with 1st and 10 to go here, almost to the midfield.
So Service in a 3-receiver set is in the gun. The running back is Detone to his left. Service going to call his own number and runs into trouble immediately. Nowhere to go to his right, eventually driven down. We'll see where the mark is, but that's a loss on play number 1 for Trinity.
Early signs, very early signs. It looks to me like the front, offense and defensive line of Plymouth is controlling Trinity on both sides of the ball. That's one play that Trinity ran on offense, but it was they were pushing them back. This looks like a pretty rugged set of front 6 here. Well, I guess they're running, but we'll see where they line up.
We mentioned on the opening drive, Steve, Brody Russo, the junior running back, had several carries. Taylor Russo, his older brother, one of the co-captains, made the tackle on the edge there for Plymouth. So the Russo brothers off to a good start here at Zelias Field. On 2nd and 11, a rollout for Service. Going to tuck and is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Taken down by Cam Magoon, one of the defensive ends, the junior. Good pursuit. Trinity does pick up 4 to set up a 3rd down and 7.
Looked to me like Cam Gordon, number 7, had some good separation from the defender. It's just I don't think Ollie could pick him up. It looks like he had the time there, but there was a guy in chase. He knew it. He sensed it. And he said, "No, I'm going to tuck it and run. Don't take any chances." But he was open downfield.
3rd and 7.
No problem with the speed on this defensive group of Plymouth, Nick.
Pistol formation. And a 4-man front. Back to throw is Service, and that one is too strong. Incomplete near sideline. Connor Bishop in the area is the intended target, but it looks like a 3-and-out as Trinity set to punt the football.
Yeah, that defense from Trinity took a pounding there down the field. They didn't get a lot of rest there. Lucky if that was about maybe a minute and a half total time of possession, so maybe 2. But to come right out in the field here, this is going to be, a lot of these guys are playing both ways as well. You see more of that in Division II necessarily than you see in Division I with the smaller rosters. But this is going to, if they can, this can be a pretty good situation here for Plymouth to try to gain even more ground on the scoreboard.
Here's a punt from Bishop. It's going to go end over end, float to the far side, take a bounce inside the 25 where it's marked out.
I like
finally
that,
at the 23.
I like that, Nick. Don't give a run back.
There's a flag, Steve, on the far side near the line of scrimmage.
Yep. False start.
Have a false start.
That's unfortunate for Trinity. That was if you got them all the way down starting at their 21-yard line, Nick, I'll take that with no run back.
Well, it's declined. Coach Sanborn okay with the field position. Midway through this first quarter, it's a 6-0 Plymouth lead. Drive number 2 on the way for the Bobcat offense.
Well, Coach Sanborn obviously has an incredible amount of confidence. He wants that offensive line to get out there with the quarterback and backfield and get to work. No sense of taking any chances on his part. So what? I get back to the 30. So what? I'll take it right now while we know we have the ball. That's confidence right there.
Football is just inside the 28-yard line.
First and 10, Bobcats.
And now a 1st and 10 coming up here. Speaking of Sanborn, the quarterback back for another series, Caven Sanborn, the junior. And of course, is the head coach's son. And he's in the gun here for the first time. Takes a low snap on 1st down. Hand off right side. Valenti stopped at the line of scrimmage this time. That's a win for the Trinity defense. As Titone able to set the edge. Only a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9 coming up. You give Bishop the credit for the stop as well.
Well, in true running form, we've already gone through 6 minutes in the first quarter. It seems like we just turned on the mics.
Right.
So wind starting to come up a little bit. Looks to me like it's kind of a side wind as it relates to the positioning of the field, but it's pretty strong. So
yeah, we saw wind in the forecast. Something to keep an eye on today, but pretty gorgeous weather in general. Stretch run, and again, the edge is set by the Pioneers. Nowhere to go. Yep. As Brody Russo ran out of real estate. Bishop back-to-back stops for Trinity.
You're going to look at seeing here with Bishop on the replay. You're going to see a guy fighting for outside contained position. Watch how we get separation from the offender here, if we can see it. You're going to see, it's kind of off the screen here. Maybe we get another view, but
you can hear Coach Cathcart all the way across the field trying to direct this defense here as Trinity hoping to force a 3-and-out after surrendering an opening drive touchdown inside of 5 minutes first quarter. 3rd down and 10. Sanborn got time, throws,
got him.
Left side, catch made, and it's a 1st down up to the 40-yard line.
Nice.
That's Cooper Legacy. He's the kid who scored the touchdown a moment ago. He moves the sticks here to keep the drive going.
Coach Sanborn does everything with guys. They learn how to catch those short out patterns. They learn how to cross seamers. kind of a delay fade out in the still behind the line of scrimmage, but get him in open space. Knows how to move his players on the passing game with high percentage passes and still staying loyal and based to the run. So far, looked very solid.
Sanborn under center. First down and 10. And Valenti to the second level. Going to lean across midfield, pick up another first down. Back-to-back 12-yard pickups for Plymouth.
Yeah, again, like Brody Helton from Bedford, Nick, he's got a great slide step. He works his way downfield and going vertical, and then all of a sudden he sees the penetration come or see the tackler coming to him. He slides around and then grabs another 2 or 3 yards, and you can see why he's a lethal runner, Nick. He's very impressive, and he does it with such strength. He's got tremendous force in his running. He doesn't go down easy.
Malith with the second tackle for Trinity inside of 4 minutes first quarter. First and 10, Plymouth. Again, the ground attack going to produce. Valenti bouncing off defenders. That's Russo. Hard to tell the difference. These two have been spectacular. The junior down to the 25-yard line. And another Plymouth first down.
Those are a couple heat-seeking weapons right there, Nick. They are a dynamic duo. And the handoffs are crisp, clean. Cadence calls are very, very solid. Looks like there's going to be a Trinity timeout, Nick.
Yep. That'll break the action here with 3:38 to go first quarter as the Pioneers look to stop the bleeding. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance gets you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. Also by TKQB Academy. Be the best QB that you can be. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. Also, an accurate tree service. There's only one chance to take down a tree, right? Yep. Your next project, JewishConstruction.com. You can ask the Steve Beals review. Number one, Dominic Ciotti powers his way inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. 11 more on that run.
Wow. This is just hammering your way down the field, Nick. And
they're doing it at up-tempo pace as well as they get right back to the line. They run Russo down inside the 10, maybe the 9-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good point, Nick. I think Coach Sanborn sees the defense has been on the field for pretty much the whole first quarter here. Awful hard to stay tough in those situations. They're trying.
No huddle again. Ciotti, right side, and line. Going to come up just short. He's inside the 1. First and goal coming up. Up-tempo run game, Steve. The no-huddle ground attack.
Bobcat football.
Fun to watch here on drive number 2. Hoping to make it a 2-score game as Sanborn gets under center. Handoff Rousseau. He's stuck in the hole. Going to keep fighting, though, and eventually ends up in the end zone.
Yeah, thought we might.
It's a 1-yard touchdown, and it's all muscle down there inside the 1-yard line. Falling his way eventually into the end zone. Brody Rousseau for the 1-yard score. 12-0 Bobcats.
That was a long whistle there. Long wait on the whistle, Nick. I thought they had him long enough to stop him, but they let it go. I think what they saw down there was a little bit of continued progress, so they kept on letting it go, and the battle went on, and he fought his way in the end zone. Good job.
So Plymouth hoping for a better snap this time than they did on their first extra point try. This time, it's perfect, and the kick is good off the right foot of Bryson Stone. An impressive 72-yard drive by Plymouth. All but one of those plays were on the ground. And in the end, it's a 1-yard touchdown for Brody Rousseau, and now a 13-0 lead for the home team.
Yeah, I mean, these are two impressive drives. You got 256, so basically You add another probably 2 minutes to it. I mean, you've got like almost 9 minutes of possession there for the Bobcats in that first quarter. And it isn't just the scoring; it's what that does to your defense early on. They're going to be trying to gas it up here. That hopefully, for Trinity's sake, they can get a long, sustained drive themselves to let these the defensive players that are off the field. Again, when you're playing offense. You just don't expend the same amount of energy, Nick, that you do on defense. Defense is just high stress and a lot of impact. You're getting it delivered to you rather than delivering it. And those are two different things as it runs to building up lactic acid in the system and just mental fatigue as well. You want to know, you feel like you're losing ground. It gets harder and harder to sustain.
Here's the kick from Stone. Finds an open spot and drops it right in. It's going to roll inside the 25 before it's fielded at the 20. Dancing his way is Davey DiReppo. Across the 30, they'll mark him at about the 31. Pretty good return by the senior. All right, Trinity, Steve, they went 3 and out on their opening drive. How does the offense get on track?
Well, that's a good lead in. I was just going to offer that the fact that Trinity looks to me like they're a little tentative, Nick. They're not like he got the ball, drive right towards the gut and go after it. There just seems to be almost sensing the swarm or sensing the presence of the blue uniforms on everything that they do. What they have to do, Nick, is fire off the ball, and they've got to really elevate the amount of urgency and intensity that they're playing with.
On 1st and 10, it's DiReppo.
Yeah, just stop waiting.
Around the corner, spins at the line of scrimmage, and does gain the 35 before he's finally wrestled down after a 4-yard gain.
Well, look at the replay here. This is a classic example of what I'm talking about. Watch DiReppo does a good job going out to the end of the field, but he's got to turn upfield inside that blocker long before that. It was all there for him, and he's trying to stretch the field out because he doesn't seem to want to cut upfield. If you want this game, you've got to go after it. You've got to give them what they're giving to you. And until they do that, this game's just going to get weaker and weaker on the Trinity side. They've got to really step up here.
2nd down and 4. They keep it with service, and the quarterback leans up to about the 38. Short gain there, but 3rd and manageable. It looks like coming up here, 3rd and 4.
A lot of side steps, though, Nick. Service did a good job there. He did fight his way upfield, but there's still a sense of tentativeness on a little bit of a glance back and forth movement, even on that carry. You got to believe in yourself. You got to get pumped up as a team, and you got to just don't even worry about what they're doing. Focus on what you're doing and give it to them.
Final 90 seconds, first quarter. 3rd down and 3.
Easier said than done.
Trinity hoping for their first down of this first quarter. They're going to bring service under center here. I formation, pitch left side. And this is a Alex Garand big run.
It's a big one.
As he finds enough room on the sideline and not only pick up the first down, but bring it into Bobcat territory down to the 42-yard line after a gain of, 21 there.
Well, Alex Garand there, Nick, what he did right there on that replay, you just saw it, is he faked his shoulder upfield. And what that did is made the runner start to break down for the tackle, and then he bolts out. But he never slowed down. He just made a quick jerk inside, saw that he had position on the outside, and went for it full speed. They're going to need more of that on this drive.
Garand's first carry. It's back in as the tail here in the eye with the tight end left side. They go right back to him. Garand across the 40, lowers the shoulder, and it's pushed back at about the 39-yard line.
Yeah,
gain of 3 there as we hit 1 minute ago in the opening.
You're going to see in the replay, Nick. I don't mean to be. I'm not being difficult. There's just a way to do it here when you're going to run the football. You've got to have that forward lean, and he's standing up. Watch him when he goes through the hole. He's got the ball and he's standing straight up. See that? You've got to have that body down low, kind of like Brady Spellman last night, and like these Plymouth players are doing right now when they're running the ball, and drive that body at a 45-degree angle into the pack and look for open space.
2nd down and 7. Pitch for Garand. Does get the corner, spins his way at the 35, and he's got a first down.
Yeah. That's the heart that he needs. It's the same situation on the other run outside to the left, Nick. This is a guy that seems to be able to have what it takes here for Trinity to go off tackle. He's done a good job on that. The one before was a little tentative and stand up going through the hole. That's not what you're looking for. But, boy, when he goes outside, he seems to read the field well. Yeah. So if I was coach, I would probably be looking to feed him the ball because he seems to be getting it done. And a good job blocking the edge here over the last 3 or 4 plays. Much better than the beginning part of the game.
25 seconds remaining first quarter, and a 1st and 10 for Trinity. Showing some life here on this drive. Rollout throw is incomplete. Trying to find DiReppo along the near sideline. Service can't hook up with him. It'll stop the clock with 19 seconds. 2nd and 10 coming up from the 24.
Yeah, you got to look at the replay here. DiReppo, I don't know what he was thinking right there. Ollie made a good look at this move down here. And if you look at him downfield, he's kind of not really engaged. He's kind of hanging on to the defender. Got to be looking for that open space. Ollie knew where he wanted him to go and just kind of late getting there. So, again, some of this is just getting geared up here, everybody getting dialed in. And if they can score here, Nick, it'll buy him some more time to continue player by player to get more engaged.
2nd and 10. Another quick throw, and this time the ball ends up incomplete again. Is that one a contested catch on an inside pattern there for DiReppo. 3rd and 10 coming up. Well covered there by
You're going to see a close right here. He had wide open. Ollie saw him wide open. And was that number 25, Nick?
That was Valenti, 23.
Valenti, 23, doing it on defense as well. That close is as good as you're going to see it. He had about 5 yards separation.
Had pressure there from Legacy as well. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Plymouth, 2 dominating drives on offense. They cash in for touchdowns on both. But Trinity looking to answer in the red zone when we come back. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
First quarter in the books. So far, so good for Plymouth in this Division II showdown with Trinity. 13-0 Bobcats as we get set to start the second quarter. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you on a sunny afternoon in gorgeous Plymouth, New Hampshire. Pioneers, 3 and out on their opening drive. Defense surrendered 2 touchdowns. But now the offense finding a gear here on drive number 2. They need to find the 15-yard line to keep it alive. On 3rd and short, it's a dive play. And this one should be close.
I think it's going to be a little short, Nick. He did a good job. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage and was able to dive a couple yards forward. But I think he's going to be about a yard short if I had to guess.
Our referee is Jason Patch. He's going to have a word with his
first down
crew and signal first down. So Trinity.
Got a pretty good spot there.
Yeah, starting to move the football, Steve, with a number of different ball carriers on this drive. We saw 3 carries from Alex Garand, and Ollie Service, the quarterback himself, has gotten in on the act, of course, as well.
Bobcats came at opening. Trinity starting to really get engaged now. This is big. Nice
right
move.
Side run. Yeah, good cut. Garand down to about the 5-yard line, close to another first down. About a yard shy. Looks like 2nd and 1 coming up after a 9-yard pickup there by the senior.
Watch the offensive line step up. Look at that. They got him held. Nice kick-out block there. And that opened up. They really closed down. The linebackers looked like they were kind of semi-blitzing, getting up in the gaps. They closed it down, got a nice run out of it. Trinity is here now. They are starting to roll. They're playing Trinity football.
Valenti with the tackle. It may have saved the touchdown. 2nd down and 1. Service takes the snap, handoff, Garand, and this time he's swarmed in the hole.
Nothing there.
Only needed a yard for the first down. It'll be interesting to see how they mark this.
I think Jason Patch is calling a first down.
And meanwhile, there's a Pioneer still down.
Holding his right knee.
And we've got an injury timeout here on the field with a minute and a half gone by in this second quarter. Plymouth looking good so far. Early touchdowns from Cooper Legacy and Brody Russo. Both of those scores capped off long drives. Trinity, as I mentioned, went 3 and out on their opening drive before finding momentum here on drive number 2. But right now, everything coming to a standstill with one of the Pioneer players down and apparently injured inside the 5-yard line. Well, a reminder, our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. It's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By TKQB Academy. Be the best QB you can be. The Trevor Knight's Quarterback Academy. 603-732-7194 is the number there. Or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. By Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right. Visit AccurateTree.com for a free estimate. Finally, by Jewett Construction. Come up with a game plan in both life and on the field. Join us, build something great at JewettConstruction.com. All right, out of the timeout, another third down for Trinity. 3rd down and 1. Plymouth going to load the box. Service is going to toss right side, and Malith is not going to find the room.
Wow.
Repelled there, gang tackled. Taylor Russo leading the charge defensively, and now decision time for Trinity head coach Bob Cathcart.
All because of a good outside contain, Nick, to keep that run inside. I think you wanted to finish your credits? I don't know.
No, we got them.
We got them all? Beautiful. So that's just great containment right there. Yeah, Bob.
No gain.
Coach Bob is not thrilled with that. 4th down. This is a big play in this football game.
4th down and a long one. Coach Cathcart going to roll the dice. He's going to throw the football. Or will he? Service rolling right. Now lets it go, and it's tipped away in the end zone, incomplete.
Unbelievable.
Defended by Amadi Metwali. The 6-foot senior able to leap, and it looked like his right hand on the ball to knock it away incomplete in the end zone, and Plymouth is going to take over with their 13-0 lead still intact.
You're going to see here, this guy was open in the end zone, wide open, and that because he had to delay and run outside, that gave the defender an opportunity to make a magnificent play to come back. But he was open by 7 yards, Nick, and that extra, it was really set to kind of work out of the pocket. And what happened was they were flushing the pocket out. He had to break, and that ruined the timing of the route, giving him time. What a terrific defensive play.
Intended for Connor Bishop, and it looks like may have actually went off the helmet of the defender, Midwali, who again dives in to save the day for Plymouth. 1st down, back to Valenti, who's back to business across the 15 and rolls his way up to the 18-yard line for an 11-yard pickup and a 1st down.
He's a bull, Nick. He's a weapon, offensive weapon, making unbelievable defensive plays. This guy's the total package.
I mean, he was one of the better runners last year as a junior.
Yeah.
And here he is as a senior in this first half, especially setting the tone for this ground attack.
Absolutely. And you know, you deepen your territory, and you have a player like that to gradually grind your way out of out of the field with a very high percentage style offense, running offense. That's really valuable to have.
7 carries, 55 yards unofficially so far for Valenti. Back to his running mate. That's Brody Rousseau, who's got a touchdown to his credit today. He's up to the 26-yard line after that between the tackles carry. 9 more for Rousseau and a 2nd and 1. Another, Steve, 2nd and 1 coming up.
I'll tell you, that is a combo attack right there. And they really haven't had to use any play action, Nick. It's pretty much just been successful running in the game. And Coach Sanborn is attacking all sections of the field, inside and out off tackle.
2nd and 1. Valenti, 1st down, spin, still on his feet to the 40.
Wow.
Finally wrestled down at about the 43. Tackled in the end from behind by Jackson Murphy, the senior, but another big run. He's going to move the sticks here.
Yeah, now they got him out to midfield. This is great utilization of your player personnel, Nick. They're moving him off the field. Get a little bit of a break, get a little bit of water, hydrate. And that management, it really helps him stay fresh throughout the times they need him the most. But they used him very, very well to get them out of the defensive zone. They're rolling right now.
14 more. 4 minutes gone, second quarter. Left side run. And a little help from his friends. Look at this. That's a herd moving down the field, still going inside the Trinity 30. That's got this crowd fired up. Dominic Ciotti carried everybody.
Wow. We used to have a wedge play, Nick, that I used to have when I used to coach. But that's a hybrid wedge right there, and boy, they performed that well. Here we go. We got more
yardage. Believe it or
yardage.
not, that's the longest play of this first half, 24 yards. And another quick hitter results in 5 more on a Ciotti run left side to set up second and 5.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was in like a chariot, and they were just carrying him along there for about 30 yards. Wow.
And again, this no-huddle run game continuing to punish.
Yep.
Left side. This is Taylor Russo, the captain. First carry is going to result in a Plymouth first down and a first and goal. 16 there.
Anytime you see a defense start catching runners, Nick, that's never, ever a good sign. You got to come up, make a stick, slow them down, and hopefully you're going to have support. What they're doing right now is they're just kind of wait. He's dragging one guy, and they're waiting to catch him and then tackling him high. So this is just a sign of fatigue, Nick. And no one can blame Trinity for being tired at this point, Nick. They have been on this football field, this defense, for pretty much most of the game.
And we saw Coach Cathcart try to pump the brakes, used the timeout earlier.
Yep.
Does have 2 remaining as we approach the midway point, second quarter. And now a flag is thrown. We got a delay game. Coach Sanborn took his foot off the gas there, had a word with his son, starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And then by the time they broke the huddle, the play clock had run too low. So a 5-yard penalty. Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first accepted penalty either way.
Correct.
In this first
You are
half.
correct. And I have to say, to your point, Nick, this young quarterback is doing a great job. Obviously been around the game of football a lot, knows how to manage a game. Look at him how he works his line. He's impressive.
The junior takes the snap, handoff Rousseau, right side, met by Service, but he's going to drag Service and 2 other defenders with him down to the 5-yard line. It was first and goal from the 13, 8-yard pickup there for Taylor Russo.
Yeah, this isn't anything fancy. They're not pulling their guards and tackles nearly as often, Nick. This is just straight up football, going right out, taking man on, and just winning the line of scrimmage. Look at this.
Trying to make it a 3-score game now. Handoff inside and just shy of the goal line. Goes the ball carrier. Pushed back by 4 different Pioneers. He does gain the 1-yard line with the forward progress. I think that was Ciotti again. So that's a 4-yard gain. 3rd and goal coming from the 1.
That's punishing. They did pull a guard right there, but that was kind of a decoy, Nick. They pulled the left guard to the right and run to the left to drive those linebackers towards who are chasing the pulling guard. Probably saw that upstairs. See, hey, if those linebackers are going to follow that pulling guard, let's go to the other side, double down on that left side, run it that way. You saw why they got the 4-yard gain right there. Just pulling out all the shots tonight.
Meanwhile, timeout on the field here is Coach Sanborn didn't want to take another delay a game. Wants to make sure the offense on the same page as a big play coming up here, 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Reminder, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. We're on YouTube. We have been for several years. That's our official home. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. The channel name officially, FNLNH Media. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube, FNLNH Media. Please like and subscribe.
And hit that bell icon, and you get all we give is the notifications of when we're going live. We don't throw you a bunch of junk mail. We respect that. But that helps you. If you hit the bell icon, you're going to know when we're on. You can enjoy a little bit of it then and then pick it up later if you want to watch the whole game live.
Yeah.
Working very hard to get to 7,000 subscribers. We're closing in. Help us get there.
Yes. All right. 3rd and goal from the 1. Plymouth threatening to make this a 3-score game. Trinity hoping to buckle down. Sanborn calls his own number, and the quarterback is in the end zone. Touchdown, Plymouth. A 1-yard touchdown run by Kevin Sanborn, the 6'3" junior QB, has made this now a 19-0 Plymouth lead.
Well,
just power football again on that drive by the home team.
Keys of the game, offensive line and ball security. Boy, they're doing it here. Special teams have been a factor.
Extra point, again a bad snap, and this one results in a block kick.
Yeah, you got to get that back in order. That's the second one today, Nick. One on each end now. Those things can come back to bite you in other games or potentially this game. Trinity certainly can gather themselves in the second half, but 19-0 starting to stretch it. That's a heck of a lot of production and a lot of time off the clock and time of possession. But to your point, offensive line work for Plymouth has been. And, you know, Trinity looked super on that drive. They got it all the way down to the whatever yard line, 4-yard line, 6-yard line, whatever
inside
it was.
The red zone.
Inside the red zone, yeah. And they just couldn't punch it in. You wonder, you know, if they had got that in, does that kind of give that extra sense of energy? We can get this done. But right now the defense is just really fatigued. They got to get in with no more damage somehow. Maybe even can put together a score. But they've got to get in and get a break here at halftime.
That was a 95-yard drive when you add it all up.
Impressive.
And most of that dirty work.
I love Ben Valenti.
Again, coming on the ground. Valenti has been the workhorse so far. His running mate has been Brody Russo. We've seen Taylor Russo get in a couple of carries on that drive as well, but it's Kevin Sanborn who caps it off with a 1-yard touchdown run on 3rd and goal. So Trinity in a bit of a hole here on the road, far from home. 19-0 Plymouth. 5.5 to go in this second quarter. Another short kick. This one is going to bounce once.
I'll draw a flag.
And cross the sideline boundary, out of bounds. Penalty on the way against Plymouth. Again, it's been a clean first half. For the most part, one Plymouth penalty has been accepted. The second looks like is on the way here.
You know, no wonder people love to come to Plymouth Bobcat football. Obviously the team, the success, the culture, the tradition, but this is also just a wonderful place to just sit and enjoy this, bask in the sun.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, I like to be in the clubhouse most of the time, but today I'm glad we're right where we are.
Yeah, we got room to spread our wings here.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of the field of the Bobcat press box, which is packed, by the way.
Yeah. Hanging out the windows there.
Yeah. All right. Ollie Service trying to lead the Pioneers into the end zone here after coming away empty on the opening 2 drives. On 1st and 10, the quarterback runs left side, and he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Both teams, Steve, defensively have played the edge pretty well in this first half.
Yeah, but the inside the tackles, or inside the defensive ends, Nick, you know, kind of on tackle, Plymouth has just been lethal, opening up gaping holes, and then Ben Valenti just dragging people further. Nice play.
Quick throw. Catch made. It's DiRepo. Going to dance on the sideline. Tackled inbounds at the Pioneer 48. It'll set up a 3rd and about 5 after that 5-yard catch.
Yeah, one thing I see about DiRepo is he catches that ball, turn inside, run up the field. A little too much dancing. Got to work that out of him. Got to believe in himself. He's a good receiver. Ran a good route.
Service going deep on 3rd down. A little too deep. Trying to find DiRepo, who had the step on the sideline.
He took a shot.
But maybe the wind took that ball a little bit.
Yeah,
incomplete. Now 4th down again. Decision time for Coach Cathcart. He's on the other side of the 50, Steve. But his team down 19-0. Do you go for it here on 4th and 5?
Boy, that's an awful short field, but there's 4:38 left, so there's plenty of time for this is a really tough decision, Nick. If you've got a really good punter, I think I'd probably kick it away in this situation. 4th and 6. I call it 4th and 6, 4th and 5.5.
No Service on the field.
They're going to go for it. I understand why.
At least appears like they want to go for it. That's enough of a concern for Coach Sanborn, who calls a timeout. Second charged Plymouth timeout of this first half.
That's a great timeout called by Coach Sanborn. Look at that. He's got the defensive coordinator is out there pumping that guy up. Somebody wasn't where he wanted him to be, or just didn't like the whole defensive set against the fourth and going for it. And he just, you got a timeout, 4:38 left. You don't really need timeouts on offense the way they're running the ball and moving it, and you want to move the clock anyway. That's just a great decision to take it, rest your guys, get them in place, talk them up, and get your best defense out on the field on 4th and 5.
4:38 remaining, second quarter. Full recap coming up at halftime. Stats, highlights, analysis, and an out-of-town Week 3 scoreboard for you as well. 4th down and 5. Service back on the field here. The senior quarterback hoping to move the sticks. First down marker is at the Plymouth 47. Man in motion, DiRepo. They fake to him. Service now will throw into the flat, but it's over the head of DiRepo and incomplete. Plymouth gets the stop they were hoping for as the Bobcat defense rises to the occasion. Gamble doesn't work there for Coach Cathcart. And Plymouth set to take over in Pioneer territory, 1st and 10 at the 48.
Yeah, Ollie just let that ball sail. It almost looks like he's uncomfortable a little bit in the pocket, Nick, to be honest with you. He's all the form is good, but look at the height on that ball for a short pass. Trying to lead him, but that was just way out of the reach of DiRepo. He's been sailing the ball pretty consistently, Nick, over the outstretched arm of his receivers today, but a lot of that is just from a lot of pressure that he's taken on.
Yeah, had to throw it over the defender.
Yep.
Not an easy throw.
Yep.
Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, back to the ground attack. It's been successful for the Bobcats. Valenti gets enough there for a first down. A 10-yard pickup inside the 40 at the 38.
First down, Bobcats.
Valenti's really putting in some work here. I've got him already for 79, Steve, in this first half.
Well, I know where I'm heading at a halftime. After our interview, we're going to have Romeo Mazuka.
Yeah, the former Trinity standout, now part of this staff under Coach Cathcart. He's agreed to speak with us at the break.
And I'm heading over to Cal's Snack Shack right after that.
Run right side. Another strong finish to the run by Rousseau. As Brody has been fun to watch. Another first down for Plymouth on a 12-yard pickup.
First down, Bobcat.
Well, we saw it with Pinkerton last night. If they use different runners, and when you've got a 2 or 3 really good runners, Nick.
With a quick hit. This offense is really starting to rack up some yardage here. Valenti down to the 20-yard line, a 7-yard gain there to set up 2nd and 3. But again, Coach Sanborn is really taking his foot off the gas, then back on, then back off in terms of the tempo here, mixing in the no huddle throughout this first half. And now a Trinity timeout is going to bring the clock to a stop. 3:14 to go, second quarter.
Yeah.
That allows that Pioneer defense to catch their breath.
They badly need a rest, Nick. Got to keep them hydrated as they go into halftime here. 3:14 left. That's a lot of time for Plymouth to have an opportunity to score here and continue to burn clock. I'll be honest with you. I did not expect. I knew Plymouth was going to be strong and at home. Plymouth just plays at another level every week. They're home. But I'm surprised we're at 19-0 and then knocking at the door here for another score to potentially make that even a wider margin.
Well, as you
quite
said,
a half by Plymouth Bobcats.
As you said, Plymouth for years, for decades, has been tough to beat on this field. Regular season, postseason, long time, of course, under Coach Chuck Linehan, who I believe, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, was just recently passed by Coach O'Reilly in terms of all-time wins in the state of New Hampshire. Just to give you an idea of what we're talking about here with Coach Linehan. His record stood, I believe, for a long, long time.
It did. 2 legends.
Retired back in 2012, and then, of course, Coach Sanborn picked up where he left off. Speaking of picking up where they left off, Valenti comes out of the timeout and gallops into the end zone from 19 yards out as Plymouth continues to roll in this first half. It's now 25-0 Bobcats with just over 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, you were talking about Chuck Lenahan, Nick, but before I get there, you got to look at, they are just, it seems to be getting easier as the half has gone on, Nick, for that offense because of the just unbelievable fatigue that this defenses aren't meant to be on the field, for 21 out of 24 minutes or maybe at least 18 or 19 minutes, Nick. That defense has been on the field for the Trinity Pioneers, and they are doing the best they can, but it's
going for two.
Yeah.
Valenti is met at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
Good
Conversion
hustle.
attempt, no good. Great tackle there by Dom DeTone.
Yep.
Who has set the tone defensively in this first half for Trinity. Nonetheless, 6 more points on the board for Plymouth. A 19-yard touchdown to Dominic Valenti's credit. Part of a big first half resume for the senior.
Nick, I know you were with me last December when we saw Coach Lenahan speak briefly at the Ukeka, postseason, gathering there, and it's always a joy to go to that. Love it. Go have a little bit of pizza and just see kind of a whole bunch of who's who and so on and so forth. And Coach Lenahan looked really good, and you could tell he really enjoys the badgering back and forth between the other coaches. The guy's an absolute legend for years, and it was nice to see these guys still engaged in the after they retire like that.
Yeah. Well, they've got not just the field. How about the complex is named after Coach Lenahan?
Well deserved. Yeah.
Of course, the field named after George Zulius. That's been here established for a long time as well. Yeah.
And Coach Sanborn doing what is extremely difficult. Awful responsibility to have to follow a legend.
Yeah.
And he has come in here, like Pete Terrier on our Gridiron show said the other night, 2012, I believe Pete said, and he's just continued that tradition, and it just goes on and on.
Well, they're on the short list of contenders every season. They bowed out last year in the semis. Hoping to at least return to that spot again this year. Fielding it off the bounce is DeRepo, and he's still alive along the sideline. Eventually fights his way up across the 30 to about the 34. A good return there. Still enough time here for the Pioneers to get down the field. 2:55 to go, but that offense has to get in gear here.
Yeah.
Trailing 25-0.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is going to ride on Ollie's ability to get these passes to not sail quite as much. He's going to start hitting some of these out patterns to his. You don't have to get really downfield stuff. It's just you got to start hitting these short passes because they are bringing it, that being the Bobcats, and you've got to get guys out open space and get some good runs here after the catch.
They're going to drop back after initially showing blitz. They end up with a 3-man front. Hand off. DeTone still pumping the legs left side, but in the end lucky to get 2. It's Legacy over there leading the charge. Hussein Osarian, Steve, has put in some work along that edge. One of the DTs for Coach Sanborn. Another tackle there. It's been a group effort defensively for the Bobcats.
Sure has. You early in the season, you started, we talk about stratification. Where are teams at the moment? Plymouth is in advanced season form right now.
4-man front, 2nd down and 7. Service, throws, catch made. Bishop near side, breaks a tackle at the 40.
Nice
Change
move.
direction as the first down across the 50. And down the sideline, inside the 40, and finally gang tackled at about the 36.
What a smart kid.
From 36 to 36.
36 to 36.
Add that up, it's a 28-yard gain.
Makes a great inside move. Nice pass by Ollie. We just talked about Ollie's got to make some good connections. And then what I really like about that is had the smarts understanding now they're going to run the clock again. I thought he got out of bounds, but they're going to run it. And but still,
right.
He stopped the clock for a while. I'm really surprised the clock's running right now.
Yeah, tackled inbounds.
Looked out of bounds to me.
Pioneers have 1 timeout to work with. We're down to 100 seconds remaining until halftime. Stretch run, it's DeRepo. And he's going to slow down as he gets to the corner. Escorted out of bounds by Brody Russo.
It's just too much side-to-side stuff, too much hesitation. Take it, go for it. You're going to get dirty. It's going to happen, but you're going to get yardage for your football team. There's just way too much tentativeness by DeLeppo so far in this game. I understand these guys are coming at you, but he's a good quality athlete, and if they can get him, running full speed, first inside cut that you can do, and then grab the yardage.
Final minute, second quarter.
He's a good runner.
Trinity on a 2nd down and 7. They put a man in motion. Service takes the snap. Tucks runs left side. Flag is thrown.
Oh, boy.
He's tackled near the marker, but again, this one may be coming back as the referee, Jason Patch himself, calls for a hold.
Yeah, that is a painful one right there. Ollie Service saw that a complete cave-in on the left-hand side and saw it immediately. Got great vision on the field, and he went for it. But, boy, somebody must have grabbed somebody. They're having a discussion about it. That's a costly one.
And that's the first penalty against Trinity in this first half, a 10-yard hold. And as you mentioned, coming at the wrong time for the Pioneers. 51 seconds to go. As we mentioned, coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard. There may or may not be a performance by the band. I have a feeling there will be. And, of course, Steve is going to sit down with former Pioneer and current varsity assistant Romeo Masuku, if we can get him away from that Pioneer locker room for a few minutes. 2nd down and 18 officially after the holding penalty. A receiver each side.
Oh, boy, that was
a tough snap here. Service turned his head, does pick it up off the ground, throws off the back foot, and it ends up incomplete along the near sideline. A broken play, but could have been worse there if you're Trinity.
I think that was just an errant snap, Nick, for whatever reason early. Don't know why, but, between the penalty and that's really cost them. They seem to be moving the ball, then all of a sudden things fall apart. That's the second time that's happened. They couldn't get it down the end inside the red zone last time. And let's see if they can put together a couple of plays here to get a first down. They do 26 seconds, not a lot of time.
Again, I believe still one timeout.
Yep.
Wing back in motion. It's Bishop. They fake to him. Service had to backpedal. He's under pressure, and down he goes. A big-time sack. It is Jacob Bean who gets to the quarterback. The senior celebrates after the big loss. Meanwhile, Service is slow to get up. Took a big hit.
He took a big hit, Nick.
And now it's 4th and a mile, and a final timeout has been called by Plymouth.
Yeah, one of the things you're going to see here is the outs coming in and making sure they're controlling the outside contain with giving him nowhere to run, because Ollie can be elusive if he's given the opportunity. You're going to see them 1-2 coming in, gaining. There's no place to go because they're containing from the outside. Only place he can go is up the middle, and that's where you want him to release if he's going to. That's just good work. You learn that on drills over and over and over again. Always maintain contain on the quarterback.
So we are left with 15 seconds. And you could tell Coach Sanborn hoping to get the ball back, maybe have his special teams make a big play here on the upcoming return. Of course, Trinity, they're set to receive the third quarter kick. So why not if you're the Bobcats? 25-0 lead on the board. What has been a dominating performance so far.
Absolutely. Dominating in the punishing elements of the game, Nick. It's dominating physically. And this is a physical game. It always will be. It's an emotional game as well. But, boy, when you have the physical backed up by the emotional, they came out early, Nick. They came out ready. Looked to me like Trinity kind of had a long bus ride type of thing where they began to, but they really needed to score in that last time. Let's see if they can get out here with just keeping it the margin it is. Looks like they're going to be able to do that.
Service just barely got that punt off.
Mm-hmm.
This one allowed to roll to a stop at about the 26-yard line. The clock, meanwhile, is finally stopped.
5 seconds.
With 5 seconds to go. So we'll see how aggressive Coach Sanborn wants to get here with the ball at his own 26.
I'm sure they're just going to snap it and fall on it. And we'll go into halftime here. But this is a pretty productive half. No one came here from our crew not believing in the Plymouth Bobcats, Nick, but they are really strong up front. They don't just have Ben Valente. They got a couple other backs that can get it done. If you can rest Ben Valente on offense and then bring them in for high production and then keep them open on defense all the time, let me tell you, this is a strong football team. Having those extra backs is something I didn't realize they had, and they look good, Nick.
It's the first half to remember if you're Plymouth, the home opener. So far, going the home team's way. 25-0 Plymouth as they get a standing ovation from this crowd. Trinity with a lot of work to do. Coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis. We've got the band ready to play. And Steve's got an interview on the way with Trinity assistant coach Romeo Masuko. More in a moment. Halftime, 25-0 Plymouth. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, we're back here in Plymouth with the Bobcats lead Trinity 25-0 in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. We'll break down that first half with stats and a recap in just a moment. But right now we have a special guest joining us here in the broadcast area. That, of course, is former Pioneer player and current assistant coach Romeo Masuku joining us. Welcome aboard. I know you have a few minutes. I'm going to turn things over here to Steve.
Well, thanks, Nick. And I was out in the field there, and I look over, and he saw me. I saw him. I said, you got to come up and talk to us a few minutes. Romeo, I got to tell you, you were one of my favorite guys at Trinity. You were so good to the younger guys. You're a leader right from the beginning, and your talent just spoke for itself. Take us from the journey from, we just talked about the time we were up here with Trinity. We lost the championship that year by one play. Take us from there, where you've been and how you're back to Trinity now coaching on the defense.
Yeah, first off, thank you, gentlemen, for having me on here.
Our pleasure.
Last time I was on this field was in 2013, just like you said, our championship game. Very great game. This is probably one of the oldest rivalries, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
So, unfortunately, we lost that game. It's actually funny. I'm here with Bill. He's the kid I was playing against. We became good friends after the fact. But after I graduated Trinity, I went over to Worcester Academy for about a year to do a postgraduate year.
Under Coach
Tony Johnson.
Tony Johnson, another legend in New Hampshire football.
Exactly, He recruited me right out of Trinity High School to go play for him at Worcester. Had a pretty good year there, and then I ended up playing at the University of Rhode Island for about a year.
I remember that.
Did that for a little bit, and then I had the opportunity to transfer over to Bowling Green State University, play linebacker over there. So did that for the rest of my college career. It was great. Played a lot of special teams, played a lot of defense, and now I'm just back using my football knowledge I learned in the Division I level. NCAA to give to these kids here, and hopefully they can, try to learn that and get to that level as well.
Well, you were a great running back as well. Boy, you could have played either position Division I college in my mind, Romeo. But coming back here and giving yourself back to the youth of in these young high schools on Trinity, obviously things didn't start this half the way you want them to, but with another half to go. How has that been coaching? What is that transition like? Is it kind of a coming home type thing? Do you still get antsy? I wish you could get padded up and go out there?
Yeah, absolutely. I try to give them every single piece of energy that I have. Just try to instill good football, ethics into them and whatnot. We're down today, but hey, we're just gonna keep grinding.
Keep grinding.
We try to be 1-0 every week. We just gotta play hard. And we have a great coaching staff.
Do.
We get the kids ready for the games as much as we can, but it's up to them to play. So I'm hoping that we can dig deep, make something happen here in the second half, but we'll see what happens.
Well, I do appreciate you so much coming up here, Romeo. Again, your leadership that you show doesn't surprise me that you were so successful in your football career, because good hard-nosed football players are great, but the good people behind them help build them and build character in others, and that's what you're doing right now. Absolutely. You're back living around here, obviously.
Yes, I'm actually living in Manchester now.
Yep.
I actually also started a football player development company in Manchester, New England Football Academy.
Awesome.
So during the off season and whatnot, I have a few players that come in, train. Again, just try to instill, football 101, whatever positions they want to learn and get better at. I help them out. I have a group of coaching staff that help me out as well. And every year we do a free annual camp in May. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
well, I'll tell you, Manchester, I know, was good to you, and New Hampshire was good to you, but that's what happens. You come back and give back. And Romeo, I can't tell you how great it was to see, and all the memories. I've been thinking of watching the sidelines, pacing down. Remember you as a player. So, it's just great to have you back living here. Hope you live every single year, the rest of your life here, because you have so much to offer to young people.
Absolutely.
You just have a special way about you, and I consider you a friend, my man.
Yeah, thank
Good
you so
seeing
much
you. Say hi to your family as well.
Absolutely.
Wonderful family you came from as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, great seeing you.
Yep.
All right,
your day.
Good luck the second half, my man.
Thank you. I
All right,
appreciate it.
take care.
And again, Romeo Masuku.
Played big league ball, let me tell you.
Yeah, played at Bowling Green, as he mentioned, Rhode Island, and, of course, a former Trinity Pioneer. His team in some trouble at the midway point here in Plymouth in this Week 3 battle of unbeatens. Bobcats with a 25-0 lead over the Pioneers. They got it started early, just 4 minutes in. Cooper Legacy, a 14-yard touchdown run. Extra point try failed. 6-0. Pioneers went 3 and out. Plymouth got it right back and punched it right back in. Brody Rousseau with a 1-yard touchdown plunge. That came with just inside of 3 minutes to go first quarter, and 13-0 the score after the extra point. 13-0 the score at the end of one quarter. More Plymouth in the second. Kayvon Sanborn, 3rd and goal from the 1, calls his own number, and the junior quarterback ends up with a 1-yard touchdown. The extra point was blocked. 19-0 Plymouth at that point. And then more Bobcat offense later in that second quarter. Final 3 minutes, Dominic Valenti, who already, Steve, is over 100 yards on the day, scored from 19 yards out. Touchdown made it 25-0. The 2-point try failed. Some of those numbers: Valenti, 105 yards on 11 carries. Had the 19-yard touchdown, as I mentioned.
Seemed like more, didn't it?
Brody Russo, 7 carries, 42 yards, including a 1-yard touchdown. And as we mentioned, Cooper Legacy, a 14-yard score on the ground. He also added a 12-yard catch. That was the lone completion from Kayvon Sanborn in that first half. For Trinity, Ollie Service was busy. 2 completions, 33 yards, 3 carries, only 8 yards. Big chunk of that came on a 28-yard gain through the air from Service to Connor Bishop. Pioneers were turned away on their lone red zone trip on a 4th down conversion. Pass attempt knocked away in the end zone. Trinity set to receive this third quarter kick.
Yeah, this game could very easily, Nick, be 12-7 or 19-7, but everything would have had to gone right. But you can't deny this overall, across the board, there's been domination here in the trenches and in the running back position for the Plymouth Bobcats. But that would have been a best-case scenario. 25-0, that's a big gap against a phenomenal team. It just looked to me, Nick, a little bit like Trinity came out kind of slow. They just didn't have that. They developed it in the end of the first quarter, beginning the second, had a great drive, but I really think for that first half to be anything close, they had to score that 7, get that 7 points down there, be within 6. That may have changed the dynamic, and hard place to play up here, Nick, and it just everywhere you look when they're playing offense, there's just Plymouth Bobcat defenders just swarming. This is a very solid football team here, Nick, and there's going to be some other matchups against some other 2-0, 3-0, whatever they play by then. There's going to be some good matchups, boy, but it's hard imagining a team coming out victorious against these guys, but there are other. That's one of the nice things about Division II now is we've got 6 strong powerhouse teams, and there's probably 10 teams that are contenders, and that's just made Division II much more exciting to watch. But it's what I saw, so everything would have had to go right for Trinity to have this gap closed. But they got to get that goose egg off the board and hopefully get rolling. But Trinity's a good football team, too. They're just being outmatched so far today.
Kickoff from the 40-yard line. Underway here in this third quarter with a squib. It goes through the legs of the up man, but it's backed up on a heads-up play by Jackson Murphy. He's going to somersault his way to secure the possession. Pioneers take over at their own 35-yard line. 1st down and 10 coming up. So Ollie Service didn't find much room on the ground and really under pressure the majority of the dropbacks in that first half as well. A credit to the Plymouth defense.
Yep, no question about it. You know, one of the things that is new to me, I talked about it earlier, Nick, is this running attack with the Bobcats, Nick. There's 3 backs that can just get it done.
Service on 1st and 10 has a man.
Yeah, that's
a catch in a crowd for Bishop at midfield. And that's a good way to start the drive for the Pioneers. 16-yard gain to the Bobcat 49.
Bishop's been an impressive receiver. I've been watching him all day. He has a way of getting open, and he's kind of a north-south guy after he runs his route. He's really active in getting yards after the catch. The biggest thing, you got to get it to him, and Ollie looked much more comfortable throwing that time, more comfortable than I saw him in the first half. We'll see what happens.
1st and 10. 5-man front for Plymouth. Man in motion is DeRepo. Service going to throw again. Finds Bishop.
Wow.
Drops it over the shoulder, and he rolls his way down to about the 26-yard line. Another big gainer, 22 through the air. Back-to-back completions from Service.
Well, one of the things I saw, Nick, is there was a tremendous commitment by Coach Cathcart to the run in the first half. And Ollie, like I said, was kind of sailing the ball a little bit. This is an offense. This is one of the things they have is they can do both. And this may open up some running lanes if the defensive backfield's got to spread out a little bit.
First minute in the books here, early third quarter. Trinity moving the ball. Service in and out of the hands of Malleth and incomplete.
Yeah, got to catch that ball. Ball was up a little bit above the shoulders, Nick, but you got to make that catch when your team's running down the field. Let's see if but Ollie's firing the ball much better than he did before.
A lot of velocity on that throw. 2nd down and 10. Again, Trinity one trip inside the 20 in that first half. They were stopped on a 4th and goal. Hoping to get back inside the 20 here. First down stick is at the 17. 2nd down and 10. Plymouth showing blitz. Service takes a shotgun snap. Throws over the middle. He's got a man. Leaping catch is made by Bishop at the 1-yard line. Great throw and grab. Bishop full extension, able to reel it in on his way to the ground. That's good for 26. And now a 1st and goal from the 1 is, well, Plymouth got to hurry to get their defensive players on the field. Service, he and the offense broke the huddle. Now they huddle back up. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Bishop has been the go-to man here. 3 catches on the drive. They're going to stick with the run. Service on the sneak is in for a 1-yard touchdown. So that's what the doctor ordered. You can hear the cheers from the Pioneer fans who made the trip up from Manchester on that far sideline. It's 25-6 as Trinity gets on the board very quickly. Just a minute 37 on that drive.
Well, that's the Ollie service that we've been seeing in videotape, Nick. That's the kind of production, the kind of throwing quality that we get out of a guy like that. And, boy, what an over-the-back catch there by Connor Bishop. That was impressive, and that was a huge part of this drive, keeping it alive. This is going to be interesting. If they can get this at 25-7, I mean, basically, what have you used? That's a minute and, 35 seconds?
37, yeah. Bishop stays on the field as the kicker. The extra point try is good as it sneaks inside the left upright. So 25-7. 10:23 to go in this third quarter. It's Trinity. Impressive drive there. Bishop 3 catches on the drive. 1 of 16, 1 for 22 yards, and then the 26-yard over-the-shoulder grab set up the 1-yard touchdown plunge. So Bishop padding his stats early in this third quarter.
Yeah, you've kind of always known it was there. I saw him open in other times during the game, but there was a strong inclination to go to DeRepo. I think they anticipated he was going to be covered. One of the things that's happening right now for Ollie is he's getting a little bit better offensive blocking, so he's got a little bit of a pocket that he can see downfield, and that's made a big difference. None of those throws were rolling out, and that's the big key. Before, he was forced to roll out in order to even be able to accomplish a pass, and half the time he couldn't do that. So that's a big touchdown in such a short period of time that at least they've turned around. They got that goose egg off the board. We'll see what they can put together. But obviously, stopping Ben Valenti and crew is going to be a very difficult job.
That's a task the Pioneer defense.
Think you and I could do it, Nick, at inside linebacker?
No.
Not at this point.
No way. That's a task the defense was unable to complete. Right?
Yep.
As Plymouth possessed the football 4 times in that first half. All of them ended with touchdowns.
Good crowd here today, too. Really, you can tell they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, old school feel here. Bring the chair, bring the blanket, find a seat on the grass.
They got it.
Wow, that one, did it go 10 is the question.
Absolutely.
Excellent play by the Pioneer special teams. In particular, it's the kicker, Bishop, who fielded it himself. Kicked it with just enough power to get it across midfield before he fields it on the bounce. So the Pioneers recover officially a loose ball and take over in Bobcat territory at the 48.
Well, this is what good coaching staffs do. They get a plan of attack. They say, this is what we're going to go with. We know how deep in a hole we are, so we're going to ramp up and look to be like the Bobcats are playing a little on the heels on that kick return, Nick. And what a great offensive.
Good call by Coach Cathcart, too. Meanwhile, a rainbow throw, a jump ball, and both players had their hands on the pigskin, but it's incomplete. As that ball ends up at the last second on the ground.
Now, was that DeRepo?
It was DeRepo versus Valenti. And I guess that's a win for Plymouth. 2nd down and 10.
It's a win for Plymouth, but I thought Valenti had a better position on the catch, Nick. It looked to me like he had it wrestled, And give DeRepo some credit right there. He wrestled that ball at least to make it to stop an interception and still maintain possession.
2nd and 10. Well, service has come out firing. 3 completions on the drive a moment ago. 1st and 10 throw. See what they do on 2nd. They go back to the air and
wow,
pulls it in overhead. Got the inside step on the defender. One of the tri-captains, Logan Marsh.
Folks,
reeled it in despite Marsh right over his shoulder.
Take a look at this. Nice job firing it out of the pocket. Look at Connor Bishop, probably 2.5 feet, bottom of his feet are off the ground. Watch this acceleration up. What an unbelievable catch. Great inside deep seam pass. He is on fire right now.
Another 22-yard completion. 1st and 10, under pressure, escapes the pocket, but a flag is on the way. This one may come back. This one dropped. Nearly intercepted by Brody Rousseau. Takes his eye off the ball. There's a flag in the backfield and likely a hold coming against Trinity.
We're going to see that here. I didn't see it, but we're going to see it. Jason was right there. Got the arm bar right there. Yep. You can't argue with the call because he had his arm in underneath the other arm and kind of controlling the shoulder.
That's the sophomore right tackle, Easton Valaire.
I've seen that go either way, but especially when he flushed out of the pocket, Nick, it looked to me like he had a little too much of that upper arm in a kind of a holding position.
Just the 2nd penalty of the afternoon against Trinity. 1 for 10 in that first half. They'll double both totals here early in this 3rd quarter. Plymouth only 1 5-yard penalty.
Yeah.
It's been a clean game.
Very, very clean game here. Is that how many holding calls on Trinity? That's at least 2. Yeah. Okay.
And that's 2
sure
total.
If it was 3.
Well, as we talked about during our Pinkerton versus Salem broadcast last night, some of these holding calls, yes, we know about the yardage, but the momentum factors in as well as the Pioneers now facing a 1st and long.
Yeah, but if you're going to have a holding call, it's great to have it on 1st down.
Right.
Not on 3rd, because that really does the end.
1st and 20. And now another flag. And a delay of game. I think it's a delay of game.
Wow.
So that one not going to sit well with Coach Cathcart.
No, a little nonchalant there coming out of the, breaking out of the huddle, Nick.
So a 10-yard penalty followed up by an avoidable 5.
This is they're going to need to complete something here.
1st and 25, another 3-receiver set. Maleth in motion. Snap taken, service to his right, avoids the first tackler, eyes downfield, throws a rainbow pass.
Boy, he was wide open, Nick.
Incomplete. Intended there for James Leonard, who had the step. 2nd and 25 coming.
Watch the great job by, he is an athlete, but just kind of sails it over his head there. Leonard, I thought.
Big senior was open.
Yeah, I thought he was wide open, Nick. He had some room to run after that as well.
2nd and 25. Trinity going to spread it out again. There is a tight end left side. And now a blitz from Plymouth. Man comes off the edge. Service makes him miss again. Going to tuck and run, weave his way inside the 30 before he's finally stopped down at about the 25-yard line. Tackled in the end by Plymouth's Dylan Braley. But another good scramble there by the senior.
Yep.
And now we've got a 3rd down and manageable here. 3rd down and 9 after a 16-yard pickup.
There's no question this defense is in a comfortable position as they are when you're running the football against them, Nick. This is really utilizing Ollie at his best strength. The number one thing is not every time that they give him time in the pocket, he seems to connect, but he's really, really elusive when it comes to breaking away from a defender on a blitz and finding himself some room. That was a great choice there to run the football, Nick. There was nobody there for like about 11 yards, and then he, of course, breaks a tackle there to grab another 6 or 7.
Our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and now Epping as well. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By TKQB Academy. Be the best QB you can be. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. By Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right. Visit AccurateTree.com and get a free estimate. And finally, by Jewett Construction. Formulating game plans since 1972, planning architecture, construction management. Come join us and build something great at JewettConstruction.com. Meanwhile, service finds
close.
DeRepo, and we've got
thank you.
now a 4th and 1 coming up here after the 9-yard gain through the air. 4th down and 1. It's the second catch for the senior Davey DeRepo.
Wind kind of creeping up here, kind of the way it was in the first quarter.
Big play. 4th and 1. High snap, service, had it tipped. Bishop to his knees for the catch. It is complete.
And
First down, Trinity
first down.
at the 15-yard line. They needed 1, they get 2, and they barely do it with inches to spare above the grass.
Let's take a look at this. I thought it looked like it hit the grass, Nick, honestly. Yeah, that bounce, Nick. Can we look at that again, Ben, real quick?
Well, they rule it a catch, and now Trinity is ready with a fresh set of downs at the 17. Another high snap, another blitz off the edge.
Whoa!
Caught, and it's Bishop in the end zone for a Trinity touchdown. Another contested catch by the senior Connor Bishop, starting to rack up big numbers here in this third quarter. The touchdown puts Trinity back within 12 at 25-13.
This is just a quick shot. He knew exactly. There was only one receiver to either throw it or not. And, boy, number 25 from Plymouth, Brody Rousseau, was right on it. But that ball had so much accuracy and velocity that he was able to get it right in the belly before his arm could come down. That is a big, big play. Wow, this game is closing fast, Nick. Still 8 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, been a jam-packed 4 minutes to open up the second half.
Don't go away.
Pioneers, after trailing 25-0 at half, they go down the field, primarily through the air. It's capped off with a 1-yard run a moment ago by All Service. They recover the onside kick. And then it's service to Connor Bishop through the air on what was a tremendous catch. That drive, of course, extended on that low grab. Ruled a catch there.
I have to say,
on the replay.
Looked to me like he had his hands on the ground under it, Nick. And it looked like a bounce, but it looked like he had his hands under it and it bounced from his hands into his chest, and he closed it. Thank you for those replays, Ben. You're going to see it again right here. Really slow motion here. Ooh, boy, it's
still
really tough to tell. Really close.
They give him the benefit.
Yeah, you can't argue either way. Yeah,
and then he makes a payoff play a moment later with that touchdown. So it's 25-13. Plymouth, by the way, just called a timeout. And now Trinity is ready for what looks like an extra point try from Bishop to make this an 11-point game.
Boy, what a valuable player Connor Bishop is.
Snap, hold, kick, up, and good.
Wow.
So, impressive stuff.
Very.
As Trinity, after being held scoreless through the first 2 quarters, scored 2 touchdowns here in less than 4 minutes.
Yep, and you wonder where these missed extra points, Nick, could potentially, if they can get it closer, and even those extra points could have a big impact on this game. But, the defense is going to have to shut down this Bobcat offense, Nick. But, when you get 2 touchdowns like this, you start feeling a little better. You start feeling a little more lighter on your feet and more aggressive. So we'll see what this defense, this Trinity Pioneer defense can do on this next possession.
Big day for Bishop. Had a 28-yard catch in that first half. He's been the go-to receiver in this third quarter. He's now up over 100 receiving yards on the day, including that 14-yard touchdown a moment ago.
That offensive line of Trinity's done a good job of giving him a little bit of pocket space and being able to kind of flare it out, give him an opportunity even when they do begin to get pursuit, Nick. They're able to give him a lane where he can avoid and get out into some open space, and it's paid off.
Bishop's kick this time is airborne. Shallow, fielded at the 25 up to the 30. This is one of the Upmen's Simeon Crane. Young sophomore zigzags across the 40 up to the 42 in the end. A good return and good starting field position for the Plymouth offense. First time we've seen them since late in the second quarter.
First and 10, Bobcats.
Well, yet to be stopped, as we talked about. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns in that first half.
As good an onside kick execution-wise as I've seen, Nick, in a long time. That was well done.
Yeah.
Timing of it was just a great call. Coach Sanborn's going to he's going to deliver have his guys deliver the goods here, because you got to believe they're going to stick to good, hard running football. Opportunity for Trinity here. They can make a stop. They can change the complexion of this game. Already have a good start at it.
The 2 receivers here right side. It's a run, though, in the end as Valenti goes left. Plows his way across the 45 up to about the 48.
Just such a force.
Had over 100 in the first half, at least according to my sheet here. 11 carries for 105 yards. Add 6 more there to set up a 2nd and 4.
You don't see a good running attack. Look at that Pinkerton game last night against Salem. Both teams ran the ball well.
Yeah.
Pinkerton in particular with, quote-unquote, the stable of horses that they have to run the football. What did Brady get? Almost 200 yards, right?
Big night for Pinkerton Jr. Brady Spellman. Going to have to watch the broadcast to find out that information. It's on our YouTube channel. First down, Valenti back to it. Back-to-back carries for the senior. And he's into Pioneer territory at the 45-yard line.
Good offensive line here. They just get off the ball, Nick. Great job by
another 8 yards before Malith could bring him down. He's been busy now with a handful of tackles out of the secondary.
Kevin Sanborn's done a great job managing the cadence, Nick. It's such an art of a quarterback, such a big part of it. Given your offensive line that extra split second edge, he's managed this game extremely well.
First and 10, Plymouth. Quick hitter. This is Brody Russo. Bowling ball down to the 41 after a 4-yard gain.
Coach Cathcart bringing up his linebackers, taking a little bit of a risk here. Why not? You're already up 25-14. You've got to stop this run. You can't let them score again, so you might as well just go for it right now. Get aggressive. Hopefully make some tackles at the line or behind, or limit them to under 2 yards a carry.
Genzel Mateo, kind of a space eater up front, is that D tackle. He was mobile there. First man on the scene. 2nd and 6, right side run. Valenti, a jump cut, lowers that shoulder, and that should do it. Needed to get to the 35, and they're going to mark him with a first down.
That's a big first down there as far as the maintaining possession, getting deeper in the territory, and running down that clock, given the fact they got a 2-touchdown lead.
3rd carry of the drive for Valenti.
Nobody's going away here. Good crowd here.
Past the midway point, 3rd quarter. 25-14. Again, a quick 14 put up by the Pioneers in this 3rd quarter. Plymouth wants an answer. Man in motion. Handoff. Brody Russo gets to the 2nd level and is spun down inside the 30 at about the 27.
Yeah, I mean the hole is cleaned out, Nick. 5 yards down the field before there's anybody there to make the tackle. That offensive line is exploding off the line and just kind of owning the tackles right now on whatever hole they're running to, whatever side. And
great lead block there.
Yeah.
Bishop with his 3rd tackle, but it's 8 yards downfield, 2nd and 2. We get the 5-minute mark, 3rd quarter. Plymouth, Steve, I don't believe they've thrown more than one pass. Sanborn calls his number. There was a 12-yard completion back in the first half. Sanborn is repelled. We'll see what they give him with the forward progress. It is enough for a first down.
A lot of
They'll
pride.
spot the ball at about the 23.
A lot of pride going on here, getting physical, very clean physical though. And then what does Kevin Sanborn do? Helps the guy that just tackled him back up. These guys have mutual respect here, and good quality athletes, good people.
It was Bishop
having a tough game of football.
recording a 2nd straight tackle for Trinity.
He's impressive. Kevin managed, good became manager.
Yeah.
Like the way he's just kind of keeping the pace of the offense. To your point, Nick, multiple times during the game you were calling out the tempo, how they'd speed it up, slow it down, speed it up. And
that's the coach's son in the driver's seat. Handoff right side, Valenti. Again wrapped up below the knee by Bishop. And contained there for what looks like a 2-yard carry, 2nd down and 8.
We talked about in the Jamboree, high tackle, we talked about in week 1 and 2. And what Connor did right there is the only way you're going to be able to get a guy like that down. There's just no other way. Whether it's Osanya, all those type runners. But Valenti's kind of in a class of his own. He is really, really impressive. I saw him on Rogers' list for potential, year-end award there. And you can see why. He is the real deal.
Ukika watch list for Player of the Year. This time, it's Taylor Russo. And a left side run again shut down here as the Pioneers flood the zone. James Leonard protecting the edge there. And all in all, a good job by the Pioneer defense to force what looks like a 3rd down and 4 coming up here.
These next 2 plays, Nick, are going to be key in this ball game. There's so much time left. There's plenty of time for Trinity if they can make a stop here to come back. They've already closed down 14 points in a couple of minutes there. And, this is an area here where the Bobcats either close this game out or not.
Valenti left side. There is a hole. There is a 1st down. And he's finally strung down at about the 4-yard line. 13 more for Valenti as his big afternoon continues. 1st and goal on the way for the home team.
You've heard the term man amongst boys. He runs with that kind of stature, Nick, and that kind of power. You see him absorbing hits from players coming, from the waist up, and they're literally doing nothing. And you've got to scissor him low. The first tackler in's got to get a piece of the shoe.
That was the sophomore, Jaden McCory, who you could see was clinging to Valenti there below the waist. Coming up on 2 minutes, 3rd quarter. Plymouth, they smell the end zone. 1st and goal from the 4. Valenti left side looking for his 2nd score, and he walks in for a touchdown. Plymouth adding some points on that drive. 31-14 with just outside of 2 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah. That the left side of that offensive line, Nick, is just completely dominating. And obviously the coaches from upstairs and on down the field, the whole offensive unit is seeing that on the defense, and they're exploiting it and winning every single time. How many plays, Nick, on that last drive went to the left side? They just have an uneven advantage there.
Kick up and good from Bryson Stone.
That makes the uphill battle here for Trinity really, really steep. There is 14 minutes and 4 seconds left in the game, but you really needed to hold them there to be able to put pressure, to kind of create an environment where, you're feeling a little pressure on the Plymouth side, and that can hopefully maybe jar a potential mistake or whatever. But given a 32-14 lead, they're back in the driver's seat again.
So 32-14. Our graphic on the bottom seems to be off there. It's 32-14. Plymouth out in front of Trinity here. 2:04 to go is correct in the 3rd quarter. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals, glad you could join us on a sunny afternoon in gorgeous North Country. We're here in Plymouth. Seems like half the town's here as well. A lot of folks mixed in the stands and on the grass.
Yep.
And 2 football teams, both seeking their 3rd win in week number 3. Plymouth, blowout wins on the road to open up the year at Milford and at Kennett. First home game today. They'll host Kingswood again next week. Trinity the opposite. They had 2 home games early on. Wins over Hanover and Kingswood. Next week they're back in Manchester to host Pembroke on Friday night. This one bounces twice before it's fielded by DiRepo. He looks to find some space up the middle, and he does. Across the 40, spins at the 50.
That's the DiRepo
and lands in Plymouth territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, everything I said about DiRepo in the first half, that tentative, the side to side, taking time, choose your lane and go. And boy, you're going to see DiRepo at his best right here. This is just a great run up field. He chose the first inside lane very effectively here, Nick. And you watch this on replay, you're going to see what I was talking about earlier. This guy has the potential to do it. And it just seems as though Trinity has woken up here in the second half, Nick, especially on the offensive side. We'll see what they can do here. Nice return by.
They're in the tee here on 1st and 10. And they go to Malith, who has been active on defense, but not a big part of the offensive game plan. That's just his first carry. And it's a good one. As he grinds his way down to the Bobcat 40-yard line. Set up a 2nd down and 2. An 8-yard gain for the junior.
Well, Davey put them in great position here to maybe, if they can continue that passing attack and be successful at it, Nick, and come down and score. There's still a whole quarter to go here, and 120 left and still in the third.
Tackle made by Colin Lane. And then a 2nd down and 2. Back to the tee, back to the ground. Left side run. Good cut up here by Dominic Datone on his 2nd carry. Got a 3-yard result back in the first quarter. He's got a 3-yard result here.
You're going to see a pulling guard right here come over on the inside, and it's designed to come up. He turns upfield and opens up that lane to get the yardage needed. Nice pull there. Who was that? Looks like the right guard.
3 yards enough for a Datone first down. Trinity with a fresh set here from the 36. Final minute, third quarter. And again, back to the tee here. Left side, Datone breaks the first tackle, but then is wrapped up below the knee by Brody Russo. The pursuit finishes him off inside the 35 at about the 33, so 3 more there for Datone.
If you slow down your feet, Nick, on an off-tackle run, watch the feet slow down here. See the short stutter step? You've just got to keep going and break it and bust it up. You can't slow your feet down.
Right side run. Turning his back to the defense is the ball carrier, Malith.
Yep, Malith. Again, kept the feet moving. That's why he got an extra 2 or 3 yards in that play.
Cam Magoon with the stop, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Well, Trinity showing the willingness to fight after being shut out in that first half, but still a big hill to climb here in the fourth quarter. The final frame on the other side. Do the Bobcats hold on, or do we see a comeback from the Pioneers? We find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Plymouth. 3rd down and 1 facing Trinity. Pioneers trailing on the scoreboard 32-14. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Service on the rollout, looking for the marker along the sideline. Did they give it to him?
Yep, I think they do.
Trinity saying first down. No. Now we get the signal from our referee, Jason Patch. First down, Pioneers. If you're just joining us, big first half for Plymouth. They scored the first 25 points and led 25-zip at halftime. They scored touchdowns on their first 4 possessions. Trinity, though, back-to-back scores of their own less than 4 minutes into the third quarter. Connor Service, a running touchdown and a tossing touchdown. Pass to Connor Bishop. Plymouth answered with a touchdown. Just a few moments ago, Valenti, who's been big today, has scored twice. The senior with a 4-yard run. 32-14, that is where we are here, Steve. An upcoming 2nd and 4 on the way from the 19-yard line.
Nice run there by number 4, Malith. That was a good run. Chose that first inside track that was available and then made a nice little spin move, protecting the ball well at the whole time. Trinity has found a way to move the football in the second half. It's just whether or not that defense is going to be able to hold.
They were doing it through the air earlier in the third quarter. They're going to do so here on the play fake. Still dancing along the near sideline is Service. He steps out at about the 12.
If they played with this type of game plan, Nick, in the beginning of the game, but most importantly, not only game plan, but the kind of intensity offensively they're playing right now, this could be a very different score. But there's no way of they just haven't been able to stop. I think one time, maybe twice.
No.
Just one time they stopped Plymouth, right?
No. They got the ball back on an onside
No,
kick.
I mean in the first half.
The first half, they were not stopped.
Oh, I thought they stopped them once.
The Plymouth offense has been unstoppable. 5 touchdowns on 5 possessions. Meanwhile, Trinity is looking pretty good.
They are.
Unstoppable in their own right, at least on this drive. They go over the middle. Malith with the catch, and he's in the end zone. No. Ball comes out at the last moment. Incomplete, according to the back judge. That one incomplete.
Was that to Malith?
And we do it again on 2nd and 10. Malith was the intended target.
Yeah, he's a good-looking football player. How old is he?
He's only a junior. He didn't touch the ball at all
but
in that first half, but he's been a big part of the game plan here since.
Coach Cathcart's completely changed his offensive setup here and how he's approaching the game, and it's working for him. They are moving the football. And with a guy like Ollie, behind center, anything can happen.
Ollie Service, senior quarterback, stomps his left foot. Man comes in motion. That's Malith. And now movement up front is going to draw flags.
Question is did he get drawn, or they're both blaming each other here? Well, looks like it's going to be against Trinity.
False start against the Pioneers. It's their 3rd penalty since halftime. Only 1 for 10 yards before the break. Now it's a total of 30 on 4 infractions. Plymouth just 1 penalty for 5 yards. Bobcats have never trailed. They lead at 32-14, minute gone by, 4th quarter. 2nd down and 15 following the Pioneer penalty. Service takes a high snap, has time, throws left, and that one incomplete. DeRepo spun his head around at the last moment. That one bounces off his right hand and falls to the ground, incomplete. 3rd and 15 facing the visitors here.
Looked like he was trying to shield himself from the run and try to kind of use the backside there to push him away. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get both hands up for Trinity, Nick. But they're in a little bit of a situation right now where 3rd down, they got a long way to go, but it's critical at this juncture of the game, Nick. They've got to be able to pull, do something, at least get a field goal, get more points on the board. So we'll see what happens.
2 tight end set on 3rd and 15. The throw left side is over the head of the intended target, Bishop. Covered well by Brody Rousseau.
It was. Had a little separation. Would have taken a perfect pass there, Nick. So
instead, 4th and 15. Offense going to stay on the field. Coach Cathcart in direct communication here with his senior QB.
Nothing to lose here by trying to get something here. We'll see what they got for a play in the bag. Wouldn't be surprised here if you see Ollie do kind of a fake and then split out to the long side there, try to find somebody in the end zone. I think they're going to want to get him into space. I doubt he'll stay in the pocket here. I think he'll probably fake.
The home sideline getting loud, hoping for a stop here. 4th down and 15. Out of the gun, Service.
There he goes.
Going to tuck, escape to his left, and avoid Valenti, but he is tripped up inside the 10.
Yeah, he had Malith right in the end zone.
He's about 5 yards shy of that marker. That means turnover on downs as the Bobcats again foil the plot. That's their 2nd red zone stop this afternoon.
You're going to see here when he goes to the left side. I knew he was going left. He wanted to utilize the field to his advantage. But watch Malith break. He's got him wide open where he can throw that right in the end zone right now. Nobody there. Wow. I think he may have thought he could run, but when you run into Ben Valenti playing defense, it's probably not going to happen. But he clearly had Malith wide open in the end zone or on the 1 yard line with plenty of opportunity to back it in the end zone after the catch. Little missed opportunity there, but overall, Trinity moving the football, just not able to cash in.
1st and 10 from their own 8, and a big block here. Broken tackle and then some. This is Cooper Legacy. scored the opening touchdown way back in the first quarter. And that's a good sized chunk there out to the 21-yard line for 13 and a Plymouth first down. Well, Valenti has been the main running back, the war horse, so to speak, but he's had plenty of help. Brody Russo has been in on the action, Taylor Russo, Dominic Ciotti. And there we see Cooper Legacy rip off 13 on just his second carry. 2 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Plymouth with an 18-point lead on the board. Quick hitter, Valenti breaks a tackle and then is eventually spun down by James Leonard somewhere near the first down stick.
Just a different level, Nick. He's just carrying people. And
it's a 15-yard pickup, with the majority of those yards coming after the initial contact.
Well, we've seen throughout the years, Nick, going all the way back to when Romeo played, they had a back, the name escapes me, that went over, played at UNH. They've just had some outstanding running backs, outstanding athletes come to this high school and play football.
First and 10.
Maybe Ben can text me what his name was. I can't remember now, but he was
quick
phenomenal.
hitter, and again through the hole is Brody Russo, and he's loose. Down the sideline and eventually spun out of bounds at about the 27.
Big carry on the play by Brody Russo.
36 more for the junior. It's
Boy,
his longest run of the day.
Showed some real speed there as well, Nick, getting around the corner and breaking. If it wasn't for Malith, he would have been in the end zone.
He's approaching 100 yards himself. 9 carries, 90 yards.
This is quite a running attack here.
Well, we knew about this offense. 49 points in the opening night win at Milford. Follow that up with 50 in the victory at Kennett. May not see 50 today, but you can see why they have scored numbers as high as they have. Valenti finally wrestled down inside the 25. At about the 24-yard line. Service. No, that's Datone. Finally gets up from the bottom of the pile to making the tackle. Datone has been busy defensively. Connor Bishop and Malith. All three with a handful of tackles this afternoon.
You know, most of the time they've been trying to team tackle Valenti, and he's carried at times 3 guys with a fumble. That would have been a big play there.
But it's recovered by Ciotti. Plymouth does lose.
Heads up play by Ciotti.
A couple of yards back to the 26.
Watch him. He's got a lot of field awareness right now. Ball gets loose, hangs with it, doesn't get all nerved up, and is able to recover the ball. That's just good concentration there.
Another tackle for James Leonard, who was just a half second late there for Trinity. But does make the tackle. 2-yard loss officially, and now a 3rd and 8 on the way. 4 minutes in, fourth quarter. Plymouth has been in the driver's seat since the opening minute. Chance for Trinity, though, to get a stop here. 3rd and 8. Low snap, handoff, left side run. Valenti is untouched through the hole, and he's going to drag 2 Pioneers with him down to the 5-yard line. Another terrific run. Ben Pena was along for the ride there. The sophomore may have saved a touchdown. Does record the tackle, but another impressive run by Valenti. This one goes for 20 yards.
The blockers get him just a little bit of space, Nick, out on the off-tackle arc or inside on a, trapping a lineman and then and just getting them some space through the middle. It's a vicious attack.
First and goal, left side run, lowering the shoulder and then rolling into the end zone is Plymouth's Taylor Russo, one of the captains, in for the 5-yard touchdown, and now the floodgates have opened here in Bobcat country. 38-14. Less than 5 minutes gone by fourth quarter. Extra point try on the way.
Yep. Just great up front blocking. All the receivers are blocking to the whistle. It's their culture. It's what they do, and it just works. And if they have a physical advantage over you, it's not going to happen for you. And there's a huge physical advantage that I've seen on offense of Plymouth versus the defense front of, and they're just owning them today.
And again, it's all been on the ground here offensively.
Yeah, just great cadence calling by Kevin Sanborn.
Only one pass attempt.
They're getting the fire off. They're firing off the ball way before the defensive reaction, in symmetry. It's just really, really good looking.
We'll get a timeout here. Not sure which team called the timeout. I believe it was Plymouth. But either way, a stoppage here with 7:19 to go in this fourth quarter. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Reminder, if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire is on YouTube at FNL NH Media. Again, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNL NH Media. Of course, to subscribe is free. You want to clarify that for
we don't charge you to subscribe.
Some of our older viewers. Of course, it's free to subscribe. And again, whenever we're on the air, that includes our live Games of the Week broadcast, but also our preview show, which comes your way again this Thursday. That's FNL Gridiron, presented by Beals Insurance. You can watch any of our broadcasts anytime, all online, all on YouTube at FNL NH Media.
Oh, I wish we could get a picture of those young fellas down there playing in the sand pit down there.
Yeah, a little schoolyard football
a little schoolyard dust action.
Yep.
Oh.
Folks of...
This is a really festive place, Nick.
Yeah, all ages, I was about to say, as young as 4 or 5, and certainly a lot of seniors are here as well. This one intercepted. 2-point try, picked off at the goal line. No run back allowed, so a failed 2-point conversion. Heads-up play out of the secondary by one of the corners, Davey DiReppo, on the interception.
Yep.
So 38-14. Still enough time here for Trinity to string at least one drive together, and technically, I guess, a 3-score game here.
Yeah,
at 24.
If you're going to come play the Bobcats, Nick, whether home or away, but especially at home, and you don't have a defensive line that can match up and give your linebackers a little bit of opportunity to read and react and get into space, these guards have been guards and have been in their face. The receivers, Nick, the tight ends, they block so well. They're so well trained. You've got to be able to physiologically match up against them if you're going to have a chance in a game against these guys. Or your offense has got to basically, like they do, whatever offense you run, able to score every single time as well. Because, that's, like you say, Nick, that's pretty much what just happened here. Every time they get the football, they score. Hard to come.
Literally.
Yeah.
Again, Pioneers doubled up with their touchdowns early in the third quarter with an onside kick. Yeah. It was brilliantly executed by the kicker / recover man, Connor Bishop.
And when your defense has to play a lot on offense as well, that's just too much fatigue.
Somebody may have gone early here, Steve. We got a flag on the kick.
Yeah, that's what happens in some of these games. You start getting all these clock stoppers.
Yeah, somebody just crossed the 40-yard line before the ball was kicked, so it's a 5-yard penalty against Plymouth. Just their second penalty of the afternoon and their first since halftime. Well, again, they'll be back on this field next week.
Yep.
Plymouth will be. They'll take on Kingswood, another Saturday game, 1 o'clock. Well, Trinity looks like we'll have a chance to get right, so to speak, back at home when they take on Pembroke at 7 o'clock Friday.
Pretty sure later in the season, Plymouth is playing against Sauhegan as well. That could be a heck of a matchup.
Always fun.
Always fun. Been there, done that before.
Yeah, we've covered a few games in that rivalry over the last couple of seasons. This one forces Service to backtrack. Ball is still on the ground before it's fielded at the 8. DiReppo scoops it up in the end, looks to find room to his left, turns the corner at the 25, and dances out of bounds at about the 27.
That's some good speed.
Yeah, disaster averted there. On
Definitely.
A good return by the senior, Davey DiReppo.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, he's played a much better second half than the first half, Nick.
As has Ollie Service, the quarterback.
Agreed.
Held in check on both the ground and the pass game, but as we saw, he's got the talent. Third quarter, spearheads 2 touchdown drives for Trinity. Caps one off with a 1-yard touchdown run. Hooks up with Connor Bishop on a 14-yard score.
He's been impressive, boy.
Bishop over 100 yards receiving today.
What an athlete.
He's also a big member of that Trinity basketball team, which is loaded for this upcoming winter.
Yep.
High snap, Service does his best to retain it. Hands off to Tom Lamb, the sophomore runner.
Nice run.
Get out of bounds somewhere around the 32-yard line.
There's a big collisions happening out there, Nick, right now in the closing of the second half here, almost the second half of the fourth quarter.
5-yard run for Lamb on his first touch of the day.
Still a lot of physical stuff going on out there.
Yeah.
Good, clean football stuff.
One of the Pioneers a bit shaken up. Sorry, one of the Bobcats.
Bobcats, yeah.
Senior Cooper Mack hobbles his way to the home sideline.
Yeah.
Mack has played well today defensively. Second down and 3. Out of the pistol this time. 2-step drop. Quick throw left side. And guess who? Bishop with the catch. First down Trinity. As he's sandwiched at about the 43-yard line. Stopped by both Valenti and Ciotti.
You're going to see not only does this man have great hands, he runs great routes. You're going to see here on the replay his ability to be able to get in the outside, to cut on the outside and create space, protects them. Look at that. That's textbook receiving.
Knew the hit was coming, hangs on.
Yeah, hangs on. But he knows how to fake like inside, and then he just releases. And they seem to have good chemistry together, Ollie and him. Surprised we didn't see more passing in the first half.
8-yard completion.
Is Davey going up? Nice run.
Yeah. Durepo tackled inbounds, about the 47, maybe the 48. No positive yardage there, about a 6-yard gain.
It almost seems, Nick, as though Coach Cathcart thought he could run, kind of run, match up in the running game and kind of chose that. But as he's further moved into the passing game and really worked Ollie's talent and his three talented receivers, they do seem to be able to shred the field a little bit better, get yardage, time of possession, big factor today's game.
6 yards. We move inside the 6-minute mark, the midway point, fourth quarter.
Nothing there.
And nope. Going to lose a yard or two. Big scream let out on the edge by the tackler. That's Hussein Osirian, starting to rack him up. Defensive tackle able to scrape his way to the boundary and make the stick inbounds.
Absolutely, Nick. But a lot of that's just getting separation from the offensive blocker and being able to control him with that separation until the runner makes a commitment. Now you're in great position to break down and make the tackle. That's exactly what happened.
Big part of that 4-man front. 4-down lineman again here for 3rd down and 5. Service, quick throw, catch made. Durepo dances backwards, trying to find the stick, but eventually the pursuit is there for Plymouth. See where they spot it. It's at least a yard shy and a 4th down coming.
Yeah, he thought he could have got to the first down marker. Service did a good job of getting rid of that ball. And he kind of backs up a little bit. Might have been able to grab that first down.
4-yard completion.
Obviously looking for more yardage on that play.
4th and 1. Inside of 5 minutes, fourth quarter. Pioneers hoping for a quick score. Make this a 2-score contest. They need a first down first. 4th and 1, back to the air. This one is down the sideline and incomplete. Intended for Durepo. Valenti with him step for step, and the Bobcats force another turnover on downs.
I'm not going to say it's equal, Nick, but this Valenti is close to equal on defense as he is offensively, Nick. His defensive backfield play has been stellar today. He's been on it all game. Couple plays I've seen that he's had like a 5-yard separation from the receiver he's covering. His ability, once the throw gets in the air, to close that gap and get body position and just he's very, very impressive athlete.
He was with Durepo step for step there.
Yeah.
And on 4th and 1, the pass play does not work, and Plymouth takes over. 4:20 to go.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, big Bobcat lead on the board. Second half has been much more competitive. It was 25-zip after 2 quarters. This Plymouth offense, they have not been stopped today. 6 touchdowns on 6 possessions. Only 2 since halftime. Back to the ground, Brody Russo. 10 yards and then some. Finally slowed down inside the 40 at about the 39 after an 11-yard gain. Russo, by my count, Steve, the second Bobcat runner to eclipse the 100-yard mark today.
Yeah, well, he had that, 30-yard run down here left side. Very, very impressive. He's
now it looks like
some big yardage.
Looks like a wholesale substitution here.
Yep.
As some of the starters make their way to the home sideline, we get a look, as you like to say, Steve, at some of the number 2s here, some of the 2s and 3s, some
great.
of the backups getting their deserved time here in the final 4 minutes. 1st and 10. Got a new quarterback in the game. That's Braden Guy, the freshman. Listed, Steve, at 5'5", 130.
I was going to say, I'm not sure he's that, Nick, but I saw him there. They got him in the game. He actually was blocking a guy over 200 pounds and gave his best. The fear isn't part of his game, I can tell you that.
Zealand Stockloza is the new quarterback. He's a 5'7" junior. Or no, I'm sorry, not the new running back.
Running back,
yeah. Sorry. He just picked up the 8-yard gain.
5'5" as a quarterback.
Yep. So, it's Guy under center, the freshman. Quick hitter, another new ball carrier, Simeon Crane. Spent some time and made some plays defensively today. Gets his first carry. He's down at the 25, and that's a first down after a gain of 5.
Well, he hands the ball off well. Nice handoffs there, but I just don't see how he can get vision down in the field, Nick, at 5'5", but we'll see. See if he can pass that ball as well. Maybe they roll him out, get him into some space.
Yeah, that height you may see some things that we don't see.
Well, that's it. They said that that was one of the things with
about Barry Sanders, right?
Barry Sanders,
5'8".
Yeah, he's too short. No, I don't think so.
1st and 10, handoff left side, and we get another look at Isaac Jolin.
He's
a bigger back, 6 feet, 175, only a sophomore. But guess what? The results are all the same. More Plymouth first downs, as this one is down to the 14 after a gain of 11.
This offensive line, the backup offensive line here for Plymouth looks very solid as well. Got some size up there in front with some of these guys.
We're back in the red zone here. 1st down and 10 from the 14 as we approach 2 minutes to go. Guay under center against a loaded box here. Right side run, it's Jolin again. And this time he stopped only a yard or two downfield, just shy of the 12. 2-yard carry for Jolin. Reminder, coming up after the game, we'll have a brief post-game show. We're about an hour or so from our home base. So
what's called a Saturday afternoon, beautiful day post-game show.
There you go. But we'll get you the recap.
Yeah.
We'll get you the stats and the highlights, and we'll get Steve's final thoughts as well, as Plymouth closing in on their 3rd win of the season here, just 90 seconds remaining. 2nd down and 8. Again, Jolin in the backfield. Guay under center. Handoff this time is for Wesley Sanborn.
Yep.
Another of the coach's sons.
Whole family affair here.
Yeah, he's only a 5'6" sophomore.
Well, I thought Cavan did a fabulous job. You have an offense, it's designed around the run. If you don't need to pass, don't pass. But the way he managed the offense, I like to see his throwing arm, to be honest with you. Certainly he's got the athletic ability, it looks like, to be able to do. I was watching him before the game. Clearly can throw the ball. But the way he managed his offensive line, Nick, with the penalties, no motion penalties, none of that stuff. Very, very tight, very sound. That's what I look for in a good high school quarterback.
Turnover free and only 2 penalties on the day for Plymouth. Jolin pulls his way into the end zone for a 7-yard touchdown to put the cherry on the sundae. 44-14, largest lead for Plymouth. It comes with 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he's sophomore. 6 foot 175 sophomore.
Isaac Jolin.
Yep. Nice run, Isaac.
Rolling into the end zone there, 7 yards out.
Now that'll make his day today.
So Plymouth,
he's built like a developed kind of one of those big. He's rugged. That's a rugged-looking sophomore right there. Going to give it to him again.
For 2. They go back to Jolin, and he's into the end zone again. This time from the left side. So the 2-point try finally converted. And it's now 46-14. Remember, Plymouth came in, Steed, averaging 49.5 points
Now we know
through
why.
2 games. That average is not going to dip by much.
No, against the Trinity Pioneers.
They
at
put
that.
up an impressive 46 today against Trinity, and really not just sending the Pioneers a message, but the entire division here with a performance like this.
Yeah, they are who they say they are, so to speak, right? They are solid. They're running again. It's just a Division II, if you will, version of what we saw last night with the Pinkerton Astros, Nick. A run by kind of like a group committee. There's really 4 backs that they had today, and they all look good. It's just Russo and Ben Valenti are just in a top of the line, and you can clearly see Ben Valenti at any level would be a standout star, no question about it.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing him in the Chad East-West All-Star
I'd
game.
feel pretty, and you know
next
what?
June.
You could argue offensively and defensively for this young man, the way he covers. He's fabulous on defense as well. Yeah, Coach Sanborn's got himself a good football team here to make a run here.
Yeah. Again, they came up short in the semis last year, but by their standards, they are at least expected to go to the semis year in and year out. So
absolutely.
Another potential Final Four run maybe in the cards again here in 2025. Getting set for the officials to give the green light. Still 40 seconds on this clock, but this one all but over.
That one won't even make it 10 yards, right? Or did it?
Still trying for an onside kick here despite the 32-point lead. This one bounces directly into the chest.
Looking for more.
Of one of the Plymouth coaches.
This second group here of the Bobcats is looking for more.
Yeah, they want a little payback. Trinity pulled it off.
Yeah.
Early in the 3rd quarter.
Yep.
And Plymouth was hoping to get a similar result. Instead, they draw their 3rd penalty of the day. Still not bad, though, Steve. 3 for 15. I think Coach Sanborn will take that.
Absolutely.
All right. Service is back out there, as are the rest of the Trinity starting offensive players. Getting set for a 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 45. And this may just be a kneel down, and it is. As Service drops his left knee to the grass. And that is just about going to do it for us here in Plymouth. Final 30 seconds. Now, no need for a snap. And a standing ovation from the Bobcat faithful here. Plymouth a dominating wire-to-wire
well-deserved
to improve to 3-0. Trinity, they are going to catch their first loss and slip to 2-1. A chance to get back on the winning side of things next week in Manchester. They'll take on Pembroke Friday night. Plymouth, 2nd straight home game when they host Kingswood coming up Saturday.
Well, it's contagious, Nick. You look at like 30 to 35 little Bobcats running around in shirts here that play for the youth leagues, and don't think that all of that winning culture doesn't begin to sink in, and there's a sense of expectation and hard work and competition for positions. Coach Sanborn will read right into that and develop more players. So
I'm sure there's some alumni here as well, both future and past.
No question.
Bobcat players in attendance tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Full recap on the other side. Stats and highlights next. Peek at the out-of-town scoreboard as we can get it as well. 46-14 the final. Plymouth a winner. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, how about Plymouth today? 46 points on 424 rushing yards. Impressive.
It's just absolutely impressive, and it's two runners, but it's all of it. Every yard of it is from an offensive line, and actually a receiving. The receiver blocking is the best I've seen in a long time, Nick. Everybody blocking is a culture on this team, and if you're not going to block, you're not going to play. And they have the depth in this in their personnel to be able to demand that. I don't think they have a problem gathering. Everybody believes in the system and they're rolling. That is one offensive running machine with very little error.
424 yards of rushing offense, 436 total yards.
Incredible.
In the 46-point output.
In 48 minutes.
That's right. Cooper Legacy got it started, 14-yard touchdown run, 6-0 Plymouth. That turned to 13-0 before the end of the first quarter. Brody Russo was over 100 yards today, 106 on 12 carries unofficially. 1-yard touchdown, 13-zip our score after one. That expands to 19-0. Kayvon Sanborn, 1-yard touchdown. The quarterback calls his own number. Extra point was blocked, 19-0 about midway through the second quarter. And then 25-0 by halftime. Dominic Valenti, who was the star today, a 19-yard touchdown, 2-point try failed, 25-zip our score at the break. Valenti finishes today with 179 yards on 19 carries, a pair of touchdowns for the senior as well. Second half, Trinity showed some fight. They moved the ball through the air. Connor Bishop, well over 100 yards through the air today. Many of them coming on that opening drive of the third quarter. It was capped off with a 1-yard touchdown run by Ollie Service. Trinity cuts into the lead 25-7 at that point. Ensuing kickoff, Connor Bishop kicks it to himself. It goes about 11 yards off the dribbler. Recovers it, and Trinity goes down and gets an extra possession, extra touchdown. Service to Connor Bishop, 14 yards through the air. Nice contested catch by the senior Bishop. Extra point was good. 25-14 at that point, but there was no stopping this offense once it was back on the field. Valenti caps off another long drive late in that third quarter. This one from 4 yards out, 32-14 after 3. And then Taylor Russo, who was big on both sides of the football today, had a 5-yard score to extend the lead to 38-14. 2-point try failed. And then with the backups in the final minute, it's Isaac Jolin who scores from 7 yards out. Jolin runs in the 2-point try as well. And that's where we end up, Steve, 46-14. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, when you look at athletes that are just in that special place, the high level, you look at Trinity and no question Connor, Bishop, and Ollie Service. Those are the two athletes. And then, but you look over in Plymouth, you've got the two guards, Nick. Obviously I'll get to the running backs, but you got two guards there. Number 51, Cullen McNair, Cam Magoon. Those guys are high-level athletic. Those guards just destroyed the defense today, as well as the others, but those in particular. Then you've got Russo, high-level. Clearly Kevin Sanborn. And then you've got, obviously, the big guy, Ben Valenti, who's kind of like 2.0. There was just too much power on the offensive line against a defensive line that they just completely outmatched, and they couldn't be stopped. I do believe, however, that Rob Cathcart is a smart coach. He's a good coach, and he knows that his team is, in order for them to compete, really has to upgrade the passing game, Nick. A high-tempo game, getting players in space. The running game, to me, with the offensive line against the iron of the league is going to have some struggle. From what I saw today, again, who knows? Against middle to lower teams, they're going to dominate everybody. That's because they fit in the good programs of the top 6 or 7, in the state here on Division II. But if they're going to take on, a Plymouth, they're going to take on a Pelham, they're going to take on a Sauhegan, even a West as well, especially when you get their quarterback, they're just going to have to utilize the best athlete in the field, and that is Ollie Service, and get him in positions to be able to pass in the pocket and out. And then if they had come out today with that same game plan as the second half, I don't think they would have won the game. I don't believe that. I'm not suggesting that. But I think they probably could have got 21 points. And Connor Bishop, he's a special athlete. DeRepo's a very, very good receiver. He just needs a little bit of work on playing more like he did in the second half, starting out the game. Both of these are good football teams. They're going to be in the dance. We know that. But, boy, a couple exclamation points after the Plymouth Bobcats football 2025.
Plymouth 3-0. They'll look to make it 4-0 next week on this field against Kingswood. That's a Saturday afternoon affair, 1 o'clock the kick. Trinity in action Friday night back in Manchester. They'll take on Pembroke. Want to thank everybody here in Plymouth, starting with the athletic director's office down to the game day staff, making it very easy for us.
Fantastic.
John Barron.
John, what were you here, 9 o'clock this morning? John was here like 9 or something like that.
Spearheaded the setup as usual, bright and early. Of course, the rest of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire crew involves Matt Beals behind one end zone, Cat Doyle back in the fold behind the lens, behind the other goal post. And then, of course, up here we had John, we had myself, we had Steve. It was a great time. The whole thing
beautiful,
orchestrated flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For Steve Beals, I'm Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Plymouth 46, Trinity 14. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.